Welcome to the Ychyfus Kung Fu podcast with me, Darren Jones, down there in Japan,
Clive Davis,
and our very special guest, Mr. Rodney Shapes Dennis.
Dennis, or the TV man they call me out there.
Oh, it's a TV man.
Or TV King or whatever, or Shapes TV.
Well, you can be whatever you want to be on the Ychyfus podcast.
Yeah. But I'm known online as Arden on Instagram.
Yeah, I got your name wrong on Instagram on the last podcast.
No, I changed it last week.
Oh yeah, but I said it. I remember saying it wrong.
Yeah, because someone else said it wrong as well, and I thought, well, I better change it.
Yeah,
but there's two people that have said it wrong, so I thought, well, maybe I should change it. So I changed it. I made it simpler.
Yeah, so, I like Rodney Shapes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because that was my original name. That was on my YouTube account years ago. That was my original name on there.
Yeah. So we're having a bit of an education today, aren't we, Clive?
Yes, seems that way.
Yeah. So yeah, Rodney has come to teach us about kung fu TV shows.
Yeah, that subculture.
Yeah.
A blind spot, pretty much a blind spot for both of us, Darren. Really, to be fair.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all I know is Rodney's clips.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
But before we get specifically to that, fancy giving us a bit of a background, Rodney, on in general how you fell into Fu fandom.
Well, basically, my dad actually brought a VHS home from work.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I think it might have been Warriors 2, maybe. And it was subtitled.
Okay.
I think it may have been subtitled. I think it was subtitled. So he put it on, and apparently I didn't move for an hour and a half.
When are we talking?
Oh, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I can't remember the year. I can't remember the year. But
in general, are we talking 80s? I'm assuming.
Yes, 80s. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe mid 80s. Because obviously I was too young to go to late night cinema. You see. So I'm only 51, so I didn't go late night. I only went to late night in Jamaica on holiday.
Cool.
Oh,
yeah, and I saw.
You've got to tell us about that now.
Yeah, when would that have been?
That was in '83.
Okay.
I was about 11, and I went to a late night, and I saw Tiger Over the Wall.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and a Bruce Lee film. I can't remember the Bruce Lee film, but it was definitely Tiger Over the Wall.
Was that in Kingston?
No, at Montego Bay Cinema there.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. That's already an interesting thing to. So at that point, you still had old films from the 70s showing in late night houses in Montego Bay in in the early to mid 80s.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I mean the cinema had no roof. The cinema had no roof either.
Wow.
I'll never forget that.
Cool. So what was it, like a cinema, like a building with no roof, or was it just like
no roof, mate? Yeah,
but it was a building with no roof.
Mate.
Excellent.
Yeah, no roof, mate.
Lively audience.
Oh, beyond lively.
Yeah, I'm sure Darren's the same as me. I'm flashing on the scene in The Harder They Come where they go and see Django in the theatre, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely. The atmosphere was. Well, I was only young when I was there, but the atmosphere was unbelievable. I'll never forget that day, actually.
Oh, that sounds good.
But obviously, when I watched it then, I didn't know what it was called. But obviously, years later, I saw it on VPD that came out.
Yeah, VPD. Yeah.
So obviously, when I watched it, I thought, oh no, it's the film. I remember it now. Because I remember that film is basically over a dog, isn't it? The Grief.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about a dog, isn't it? Yeah.
It's John Wick. Basically.
Yeah, it is
pretty much
the original.
But you still don't recollect what the Bruce Lee was.
No, I can't remember. No, because I think there's 3 films. I think one was like an exploitation Bruce film. It might have been a Dragon Lee one, but there was 3 films.
Wow.
So, but definitely Tiger Over the Wall. I think it was the last one. I think I might have fell asleep at the second one. But Tiger Over the Wall, definitely, I saw that in Jamaica. I'll never forget it.
That is a memory to cherish. That is.
Oh yeah, big time. But I can't remember what year my dad brought that VHS home. I think it was because obviously I've never seen a film in Chinese before.
Where I mean, it's like I'd have killed to get that. in 85 or 83
Oh,
or whatever the hell it
mad,
was.
mate.
Yeah.
It was mad because I thought it was a subtitle. I don't know what was going on,
Yeah.
and he didn't know. He just put it on, but he said to me, "I didn't move," and that was it. Well, I think my life changed after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously, what was crazy in Croydon, there was a guy that he used to sell films out of his house. There's a guy, the biggest house in West Croydon. There's an Asian guy. I can't remember his name, but he used to have VHSs. Obviously, it was all pirate stuff,
Yeah.
and people, I think it's word of mouth, and people go around there and rent films out. And we got most of our kung fu from there.
Cool.
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name, but I used to go with my dad, and he just rent films out. But obviously it was all like pirate days. Obviously you weren't allowed to do it. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then yeah.
So would your dad have been a kung fu fan as well?
Oh yes, yeah. He's not so into it now, but he got me into it. Yeah, he
Okay,
loved
so
it.
would he have gone to the late night stuff?
No, I don't think he went late night. No,
Right.
don't think he went late night. But end of the day, man, he's a Jamaican man, isn't it? They love their kung. So
Yeah.
and the westerns. There's a big connection there, isn't there? So,
Oh yeah.
but he got me into it though. So, but I think he doesn't mind watching them now. But obviously, he can go on YouTube now and watch them, can't he?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but his favorite film is Incredible Kung Fu Mission.
Okay, cool. Yeah, not a bad choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he likes the music for that as well, the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
And obviously the dubbing is superb on that. So.
Yeah. So what point do you think you went from like Kung Fu Head to TV shits?
TV, basically what it was, I got a tape of Toby. It was really bad quality VHS. And apparently this tape had been circulating all around South London.
Yeah.
And it had some TV clips on there.
Yeah.
And it was the
Sorry,
Bruce
just
Lang one.
interrupt, just so people know who we're talking about. Tip of the hat, Toby Russell.
Yeah, Toby Russell, the king of knowledge.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So apparently this tape that was floating around, I think Wayne Archer done the edit on it. I think he was the original guy that was editing TVs. I think they used to get tapes from Chinatown. Even Toby,
right, yeah.
Wayne Archer.
So this is Wayne Archer of
yes,
the occasional IFD appearance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Screen Fighter. Yes. So I think he originally was doing the edits on them. So obviously I don't know how he done it because obviously that was VHS days. So obviously it was quite. Yeah.
Would they have been? Would they have been? I mean, I don't know if they took it, but would you mean they would have been projected as like proper, like edited down releases for the Western market of TV shows?
No, I think it's just a whole just the series, but I don't know how he cut it down.
Yeah, so he'd have got the series from Chinatown, and then he'd have spliced it into clips, basically.
Yeah. But obviously the quality was really bad. But obviously I saw the fight. I thought
this was pure fandom. No, this wasn't a commercial enterprise. This was just
no. This is the guys who used to go late night, who was into South London or whatever. But this tape was going around everywhere, and then Toby lent me it, and obviously when I saw the fighting, I thought this is on a different level. I can't remember what year it was, but obviously the fighting. Obviously I've seen most of the films. I love the films, but when I saw that fighting on TV, I thought this is on a different level.
Yeah.
And I always remember the end scene was obviously like Fist of Fury, because that is based on Bruce Fist of Fury.
Okay.
Yeah, Legendary Fox it's called. That's Bruce Lang.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Lang, yeah. And Wong Yu Sam plays Fok Yun Gap in that.
Cool.
Yeah, Wong Yu Sam. That guy mainly does bashes and that, but obviously on TV he does shapes. That guy.
Well, and this is the thing with TV as well, isn't it? Is like Bruce. Everyone knows Bruce Liang, right? Everyone knows the name, right? And you see him around, yeah. But I'm getting the impression you don't know Bruce Liang until you've seen a decent amount of his TV stuff.
Well, he done a TV series in 1976.
Fucking hell.
And that was based on Fist of Fury then.
Yeah.
I think it's called Gate of Valor, but it's known as Fist of Fury as well.
Yeah.
And he's doing nunchuckers. That was in 76.
Wow. And this is the other question, isn't it? Is that obviously, obviously there's been Hong Kong TV since there's been TV.
Well,
So-
Leon Min was doing Bachelor TV.
There we go. That
Leon
was
Min
a
started
question.
on TV.
That was
Yeah,
a question I had on my list. Is there Basher TV?
there is, but
Right.
I don't think I'm going to get that. That's probably gone. I mean, I don't think I'll get those ones. But Leon Min started doing that. You know,
I didn't realize that's where
I've
he
got
came
TV.
from.
Yeah, because the earliest TV I've seen is probably 75, 76.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've got some Set Kin. I've got some Set Kin TV. He did. He did a Quantum Kingdom one in 75 or 76 DVD.
What,
Yeah.
Second and Quanta King?
Yes, yeah, they've done a TV.
So
yeah,
Wong Fei Hung, basically.
TVB, Wong For Hong, TVB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in,
Ah.
I think it was 76.
Yeah.
And
So-
Set King done one, called Hot Dog Kung Fu, and that was in 75.
Wow. So
So,
recently, obviously, some of this stuff is coming round. It's being digitized and put up on some internet platforms, right? You can have access to some of this stuff now.
Yeah, because a lot of them are on YouTube now. There's a lot on there now.
Right.
You know,
But-
and they've been remastered. But what's happening now is, because of the soundtracks, a lot of the music they used to, they nicked most of the music, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So now they're on YouTube, but they've actually changing the soundtrack on them. So
Well, I noticed that with Happy Heroes,
Yeah.
because that mad spliced together Malaysian, I think it is, isn't it?
yeah, because
We
I
watched the
was
hour and a
watching,
half.
I was watching a series, a Bloody Debt series called Blood Debt, one of the
Yeah.
best. Obviously, it was a good copy on YouTube, like proper quality. But then I heard some hip hop trap music. I thought, what's going on there? I thought something. I thought my phone was going off or something. No, it was actually it was actually the series. So obviously, I think there was the copyright. So
Yeah,
they can't play the original tracks
Yeah.
anymore.
because
Which in a
on
way is kind of spoiling it in a way.
yeah, well, I to be honest, because I remember, because I looked on YouTube, not for long. So we're gonna have a chat in a minute about Happy Heroes, TVB's Happy Heroes, right? But one of the first things I noticed about Happy Heroes, number one, the kung fu's good. Number two, it's got the Superman theme in it,
Yeah,
the Richard Donner Superman theme in it.
yeah. I suppose that one didn't get blocked then. That was a bit
Yeah, well,
weird.
it did. So
Oh,
in the episodes, it's kind of, very sort of traditional Chinese kind of music.
Yeah.
So it's I'd be interested to know how that went out in Hong Kong originally.
Yeah, because the thing about that series, which is a bit crazy, that series was only known last year. Now, obviously, I've been collecting TVs for how many? Oh, I don't know, 15 years now, whatever.
Yeah,
And I've looked at all Bruce Lang's filmographies. Yeah,
Yeah.
that series was not on there at all.
No,
And
it's
then
still
last year I
not.
saw.
It's still not
Yeah,
on there,
there's-
actually.
Yeah, so what's crazy is the English version and the Chinese version appeared the same year, but it wasn't around before. It was just crazy how that happened.
well, it flabbergasts me that there's an English version of any Hong Kong TV.
Well, apparently, majority of them were dubbed, but they weren't released. So a lot of
Wow.
them have been dubbed. Yeah, a lot of them have been dubbed, but they just never came out.
We talked a little bit. Toby hinted at this a little bit before
Yeah.
when we was on talking Ninja Final Duel, and yeah, the region where you're most likely to find it as well is Indonesia, right? Because
Yeah,
for whatever reason, a lot of that stuff did play. They favoured the English dubs in
yeah.
Indonesia. So either they were released or they've been. I mean, I visited Indonesia briefly, and I can kind of see it's still a place where you can imagine stuff just gets lost. They're not big on preservation and stuff like that.
No,
Easily.
yeah.
So either it was released and no one gives a fuck anymore, or
No.
like you said, it was never released. But yeah, they were at least prepared for that market. So I think if anyone's gonna dig up a lot of this stuff, it's gonna be in someone's basement or attic somewhere in Indonesia. Hopefully the tape hasn't rotted.
Yeah. But there are, there's tapes. I mean, I do have more, but obviously I've not promoted those ones yet. I do have some more dub ones,
That's your legacy, Rodney.
Oh yeah. But but the English, because obviously the English is that's kind of new to me anyway.
Yeah.
Because what's crazy, although I'm a TV man, I don't actually watch the series because they're not subbed.
Yeah.
So I kind of watch it in fast motion when I'm editing the fights. Because basically, I watch this stuff to take the fight scenes out. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I like to edit, so it actually felt good to actually watch a series for once.
Yeah. And well, I've got to say though, and we'll get, you know, organically, I'm sure we'll get onto it, but there's not that much action in that
Not
hour
in
and
that
a half
episode.
that we watched.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure there's really, really good action.
Yeah,
But looking
yeah,
at
yeah,
the
'cause-
19
yeah,
episodes or whatever it was on YouTube, it's like there's a lot of fucking talking in this.
yeah, but what it is, but
I don't
that's the
understand what
case
they're
of every
saying.
series though, because if you watch a series, you think there's not much fighting, but because I edit them, I know how
Yeah,
much fighting is in the whole series. So I think there's
yeah,
over an hour of action
yeah,
in
yeah,
in that series because I've done the fights already.
yeah. But that's so what's 19 times 45? So
Yeah,
that's like an hour out of what?
yeah,
Let's say
yeah.
14 hours or something.
That's what I mean. But some
Yeah, yeah,
series you get some series you might get 45 minutes, some you get an hour, some you get 2 hours if you're
yeah,
lucky.
yeah,
But
yeah,
still, I mean,
yeah.
there's some classic Fu films which we all love, which are spare in the action, but actually work all the better for it because story pulls you in, right? So who knows
Right,
if
yeah.
we're able to understand what's going on? Some of these, I'm sure, some of these series are top notch, and it doesn't matter that it's a bit light on the action because you're getting sucked into the
That's right.
story.
That's right.
So it would, yeah,
Yeah.
it would be fantastic. I mean, there's a few bits and pieces out there I've seen, especially when you get into the 80s and you get those fucking long ass like 94 episode like Condor Hero series and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That stuff you can get with English subtitles, some of them, right?
You can. Those ones you
remember.
can, yeah. But those are big series. They're quite famous, those ones.
Yeah,
The demigods, semi-devils, they're big series. Yeah.
right. But yeah, the only problem then is, do you have the time to watch them? That's the only thing.
That's the time, yeah. But those are obviously big ones, but obviously a lot of them haven't been subbed. A lot of them.
No. And
there's
again,
still many that's not even on YouTube still. There's a lot on there now.
So let's say,
right,
still... let's be speculative because I was thinking about this. It's kind of interesting, right? So let's go back it's probably further back, but it might be a bit more spotty. But let's say from like say 75, 76, they're regularly putting out a lot of television, right? So how many channels does Hong Kong have?
Well, what it was, there was a channel called I think CTV.
Right.
I think because I only know the Hong Kong. I think that might have been from 76 to 78.
Right.
So there's a lot of rare TVs there. I think like Jason Piao done stuff for them, Bruce Lang. But that was an early. That was a short-lived studio.
Right. But
yeah.
But there's at least, but that's just one, right? And that's just one studio. That's just one channel. But let's see if we can find. So yeah, let's say there's at least two or three different outlets, and then
because mainly ATV and TVB.
Yeah,
those are the competitors. Yeah,
and then you got Taiwan TV as well, right?
Taiwan TV, yeah. So
and
that's Taiwan is because Taiwan is CTS,
right?
So CTS, TTV,
yeah.
I think CTV as well. That's another name for it. So those are the main three channels, like for Taiwan. Right.
And you got mainland as well, possibly something going on there.
Yeah, you got mainland TV, but I haven't really looked into those because I'll see some of them. They're not that good.
Okay.
So.
But then you're talking like, let's say your average, some are longer, some are shorter. Let's say your average series runs half a year, so you're looking 2 a year. That's just one. So there's probably 5 series a year. Let's say conservative estimate, right? And then you go all the way back. So that's 45. Yeah, you're talking at the very least close to about 1,000 series, right?
Well, ATV, I mean, they got lists and then still more coming out that weren't listed before. And I'm thinking, how many series were made?
It's insane, isn't it?
I can't even count. I can't. Do you know how many TVs do you think I've got that I've edited? How many do you think?
Wow.
What, series or episodes?
Well, no, series that I've edited, like fight scenes.
Hundreds.
Over the last 15 years I've done. How many? Just take a wild guess.
250.
500.
No, I've got 800.
Fucking
Wow.
hell.
And
And this
that's
is
tip of the iceberg as well, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but obviously I got stuff I haven't even got to yet. So
but this
I
is
don't know
the thing, isn't it?
how many hours, how many years have I been?
But this is the thing as well, though. So maybe we should have introduced this podcast like this, actually. So, you know, the amount of people, so the kung fu film fandom, right? I think is kind of generally kind of me and Clive level of things that we've seen.
Yeah.
Right. So we've seen all the Jackie Chans, we've seen all the Samuels, we've seen all the Lee Nams, we've seen all the, we've seen, we've trawled through the bashes, we've done wuxia, don't actually give too much of a fuck about anything past about 85.
Yeah.
It's just about the food, right? And we've seen a lot of films, but we've seen no TV. Outside of clips that you're sharing, and there's like one or two other people kicking about, like social media doing it as well, but I think you do more, and I think you're kind of TV king.
I've just remembered. Do you know they show TV? I think it was on Channel 4. There was a series called Empress Rue.
Right.
And I think that was shown. It was either Channel 4 or BBC 2.
Okay.
That was Empress Rue. That was a Tony Liu series. And they showed that on TV.
Wow.
Over here. On late after midnight. And I
You can
remember
get that. Yeah.
I tried to tape it. I had the scarts ready, and I tried to tape it when I actually panicked. So I thought, why am I seeing this on my normal TV? Right?
When was that?
I think that might have been 84, 85.
Wow.
That was actually on TV. I think it was either Channel 4. What year did Channel 4 start? Was that 85? 80?
About 82, 83, I think.
82.
Channel 4. Yeah.
But I think so I think it was either BBC 2 or Channel 4. I remember Empress Rue was shown.
If it was Channel 4, it would make sense that we'd never heard of it, because that's the kind of thing that might have shown on Channel 4, but wouldn't have made it over to our regional Welsh SOC version of Channel 4.
Yeah,
that we had very important farming and Welsh comedy programs that are not in the slightest bit funny.
But just to think though, that have probably subbed as well. That was subbed.
Must have been. Yeah.
I got that series now, but the thing that was shown on TV after midnight, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of sub, then, so we were talking about the possibility of maybe finding long lost English dubs from Indonesia or something like that, and we'll get onto that when we get to eras. But so obviously back in the day, because Hong Kong at least was a UK colony, and they were required by law to put subs on the cinema prints, right? That's why we have all the subs for the films.
Yeah.
Was that not? They didn't have that law for broadcast television. Those shows didn't have subtitles.
Obviously, I'm not there. I didn't know what they were showing on TV. I only know what I got access to.
But I'm assuming that stuff must be out of Hong Kong, right? So, and it does off broadcast, and it doesn't have nothing has subs.
But I never saw anything I got. I never saw any subs on it at all.
Huh.
Well, if you think about like British TV in the 80s, right? If you were hard of hearing, you had to get your remote control and press 888, right?
Yeah.
So did they maybe have a similar system in Hong Kong? You know what I mean? It's like maybe that's why this stuff comes out raw.
Yeah,
maybe. And, sometimes you see it with Chinese character subs.
That's right.
And
English subs more than English. Yeah.
So maybe that's the thing. And I don't know what technology is and whether that's possible in.
They didn't have their CFAX on.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. The thing is, what's crazy? I mean, I've got so much TV, but I probably might have only seen 3 or 4 with subs on it.
Yeah.
So look at that. I mean, look at the ratio there.
Yeah.
But because I was just into the fight action, it's like it didn't bother me because I was just there to get fights out of it.
Well, yeah, but the thing is as well is that if you were spending all your time watching the dialogue and the drama, and not watching the Fu and not releasing the Fu, then no one would know about it because you'd only have done 3 series.
That's what I'm saying. No one would know about these hidden shapes that are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you saw that clip of David Chang. I put up with Dynasty.
Yeah,
That's one of the best fights he's ever done.
hands down. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, apart from the Loot and the Challenger and Shaolin Mantis,
yeah,
but that fighting he was doing in that is just different level.
yeah.
So,
Different
so
level.
go on.
I was going to ask. Obviously, you might not want to give away too many of your secrets, although I'm sure statute of limitations has run out on some of this stuff anyway. But pre stuff turning up on YouTube and everyone being connected and stuff like that. I mean, I'm guessing we're talking handling of physical VHS tapes, right? And you mentioned Wayne Archer going down Chinatown, for example, but I'm guessing that's a very limited amount of stuff. You run out of stuff after a little while, right? So
Yeah, because I used to, because there was a shopping near Chinatown that I rented a few tapes from there back in the day. And I can't remember the shop, but it was it was near Soho. No, it was near Chinatown. I forgot what the shop was called, but you could rent 7 tapes for £7 for 7 days.
That's like Tony's video shop.
Yeah, same deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about the other guy?
That's
video
our
shop.
man. That's our man back in Wales. That is.
Oh right. Yeah.
That's what he used to do.
Oh, do same deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
actually it was 7 tapes for £3, I think.
No. It was it was 5. I think it was 7 for £5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you kept it for a week. Yeah.
We went off.
We watched them in a day.
We went off track there a little bit. Carry
Yeah,
on.
That's all right.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because think about all this, the TV. Obviously, I'm probably just going off on one now. Obviously, see when obviously the traditional films kind of slow down a bit, and then the modern films come in, and you didn't see much of these kung fu actors. Everyone thought they weren't doing nothing. They were always working. They were all doing TV. They never stopped. Yeah. How did Lo Lei still find time to do TV? He was still doing TV while he was doing films. He was traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everyone, it's literally everyone in the kung fu film industry.
Yeah, he did a series called Tai Chi Master with Alex Mann, and he's the main villain. I think that was like 1980, 81.
Yeah.
So how did he have time?
Yeah, there's because they're episodic as well. They have to come out, weekly. That's a proper commitment as well, right? You can't go.
Yeah.
Can't go breaking your leg on another shoot and then be laid off for the rest of the series or whatever.
Well, it's like being in like EastEnders or Dynasty or something, isn't it? You've got to show up every week.
Yeah, it's like someone doing books. I mean, David Chang, he did TVB and ATV.
Yeah,
both studios.
So what do you reckon?
That's like someone doing Brookside or doing Albion Market. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Albion Market, fucking hell. That's a name I haven't heard for a very long time.
I don't think
age, mate. That's what it is.
I don't think I even know Albion Market.
You don't remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I couldn't tell you what channel it was on, but I remember it being on a funny time. And it was one of those like take the high road kind of shows. It was like it was just like on a weird time of day or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember who was in it.
I don't know. So what do you reckon then? So bringing it back to Kung Fu TV. So
I want to hear more about Albion Market.
No, we got to do not in Ychyfus on Albion Market.
On Albion Market. All right.
On the buses, Frankie Howard. not in Ychyfus. That's it. New podcast.
Yeah.
Up your chamber.
Up your chamber.
That's it. That's coming out. It's coming to a cinema near you soon. Anyway, so two things really it's springing into my mind. So first of all, do you reckon there's like a golden era of TV kung fu?
Yeah, 79 to 85.
Yeah. Which is interesting because everyone, if you read books, right? If you read the books on particularly like Shaw Brothers, right? The books will tell you that Shaw Brothers got you know, couldn't sell their films anymore or decided to wind up their films and then went into TV in about 84, 85.
Yeah,
But that's not true at all, is
no,
it?
it's not, because TVB was around in the mid-70s.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and TVB is really Shaw Brothers, really. That's the same, really
Yeah. Oh,
the same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
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 But they were doing, they're doing TV in the mid-70s. There was always good TVB.
Yeah.
You know?
So
There
the
was
sweet,
always good
yeah. So the sweet spot we think is sort of 79 to 85.
Yeah, I mean, there was good ones in 86, but after 87, I think a lot of the action directors left,
Yeah.
because the thing is, it's quite hard to get info on the action directors for TV. But I know
And that was the next question. That was the next question, is who was doing it? Who was choreographing?
Yeah, he actually done his best work. He's done his best TV. His best come was on TV. I mean, obviously, George to the Death is high level, but if you see some of his TV stuff, it's on a different level, mate.
Oh, Chings and Dong.
Seriously.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, the
He
other
does
thing as
some
well,
really good TVs. Yeah, really high level TVs.
slightly going along, and this is a different topic, or this would be a different topic for another show if we had enough material left over to actually make an episode out of and talk about. But also, there's the weird overlap, which Toby was talking about, which wasn't stuff that we assumed was TV, like the Ninja Final Duel and Mafia vs. Ninja stuff.
Yeah,
they were made direct for the video market. They were like direct to video things, and
That's
apparently
right,
there was a shitload of them as well, out of Taiwan at least, right?
Oh,
so that's
see, that's
another
that's a different level,
yeah.
because those are the rarest.
Yeah, well, according to what Tony was saying, some of the fucking stuff he was telling us, and we were like, Jesus Christ, we
like the maggot sofas and shit.
Yeah, that just sounded just fucking mwah. But yeah,
because you got the Chica and Chung ones, big monk, little hero.
Right.
But then recently we thought there was only 2 tapes of it, and then we found a clip of one with Lou Feng in it, and we thought, well, what's that? But it had no sound effects on it, because I think the second one had no sound effects on it. So we found more footage of but we only thought there was 2, but there's another one out there.
Cool.
You know, but the stuff to videos on a different level. That is probably the rarest.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'll be for the next generation. Your son will have to go digging that stuff up from.
Yeah. And also, you got the other studio, Silverbird. You know about the Silverbird ones?
Silverbird.
I've seen the name. I thought it was a. Excuse me. I thought actually Silverbird was a modern channel that was showing them. The Silverbird's are an original channel that made them.
Yeah. Because that's actually Hong Kong. It looks Taiwan, but that's actually Hong Kong.
Okay. Yeah.
And, that's made a lot of the Shaw Brothers actors that worked on there, like Piao Ku Feng, Bruce Lang done one. Sorry, Lo Mang done one on there.
Cool. Yeah.
Is there that distinction that you can make when you're watching films? You can tell when something's Taiwanese as opposed to Hong Kong. Does the TV stuff have that same separation?
Well, Taiwan, you can tell. Well, Taiwan, the quality, like I've never seen an HD copy of a Taiwan TV.
Right, okay.
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
No.
But is it also like when it comes to the films, the Taiwanese stuff is always a little bit more mad, a little bit more frenetic, a little bit more
crazy? Yeah.
Same with the TV.
You got madder sound effects still on the TV. You got the costumes, and a lot of the lead actors, they look like like Munyan Man, that kind of look. Munyan Man, that kind of. That kind of cartoon kind of look. The actors, they all kind of look. They always got some character with half a face, a different color.
Yeah,
Taiwan, they love all that, don't they?
I've got one. I got one more question that just popped up to me actually before we get into the main thing here. It just occurred to me because the other kind of not secret exactly, but something that slowly reveals itself to Fu fans as they get more into films is. And the more you research stuff, is that whole thing when you start figuring out, there's a shitload of this stuff is actually South Korean, right? Like a lot of the Dragon Lee stuff, and it was kind of retitled and redubbed and made to look as if it was coming out of Hong Kong by like Aso Asia and people like that, right? But obviously the Koreans were pretty quick to start making their own films. I'm wondering, is there a television part of that? Have you come
there
across
there
any of
is.
those?
There is a TV. I've got quite a few of them as well. There
Ah,
is a whole TV movies in Korea with kung fu ones. I mean, I've got some mad stuff. I've got some crazy
Cool.
stuff. Yeah.
because I don't think
Are you two ready for that yet?
Born ready, Rodney.
yeah, because
Born ready.
I noticed you hadn't
I've got
put.
some crazy stuff, mate.
Because I know there's some stuff. I'm familiar with some later on stuff when you get into the late day. There's like that weird. There's that series which is like a rip off of the Tekken video game series, right?
Yeah, there's a Street Fighter one. There's Art of Fighting. I've got that one.
Yeah. So those
Yeah,
are
so
interesting.
there's a Street Fighter and an Art of Fighting, and it's really good.
But what you're saying is they were up to it in the 70s as well, right? And early 80s.
I wouldn't say the TV
Okay.
in the 70s, but maybe later on
Okay.
the TV stuff. But I think they're like TV movies. There's a lot of TV movies, you know, the Korean ones.
Right.
But I think they were later on. I think they might have been like 80 or mid 80s. Those ones.
Yeah.
So
a lot of them.
they're
A lot of them, they're like kids films. They're like kids films.
Yeah.
They're like kids films, but they've got mad action in them.
Well, there's that
Dragon Ball. Yeah.
The Dragon Ball one, right? Which is
but the fighting's superb.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. And I'm surprised in terms of the Dragon Ball one as well. It's surprisingly actually quite faithful to the source. Well, until that giant robot turns up, it's quite faithful to the original, to the series. Except, obviously they didn't have much in the way of budgets, unfortunately. So
that's right.
It looks a little bit shoddy, but oh, okay. So there's that. That's fascinating. So that's another thing to.
So that's a scary rabbit hole. I'm telling you, mate.
Yeah. Well, talking about rabbit holes, right? So my personal experience, which is zero, with kung fu TV shows, right, is I got your clips. I've got the odd clip here and there I see with other people, right, on social media.
Yeah.
That's it. Right? And I don't know where to start. So where do you start?
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Well, it depends because the TVB is good, but it's not better than ATV.
Yeah.
Because ATV is like it's more frantic. The fights, they're more frantic, and they're like more film level.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where do you well, I started with Legendary Fox with Bruce Lang. That's where I started.
But where'd you find it?
Did I find it?
No, but where? That's
on. How do you find it?
Yeah. So if I'm
you need to get a Chinese title.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the question. So if I've got nothing else and I've got no access to anyone who does any sort of public domain videos, let's say, right? So if all I've got, right, is a keyboard and a computer screen, right? Where do I start if I want to see Kung Fu TV?
Okay, I'm gonna let out
what's gonna hook me?
I'm gonna let out my secrets now. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I search,
well, it's up to you. You know.
No. I'll tell you. That's all right. No, basically, what I do, I get the Chinese name for Bruce Lang.
Mm-hmm.
The search by the Chinese characters, and then obviously one site's going to show his TV stuff.
Yeah.
And then what I do, I just go on there. I either translate it, or I can kind of work out what section is films or TV.
Yeah.
Then I just do a search. And basically, that's how you find stuff. You find it by the Chinese title.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you put in Legendary Fox on Google, the Chinese name will appear next to it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
And then you just copy the Chinese name.
Yeah.
And then the majority of those ones now are on YouTube now. But obviously not written in English. But obviously they've got no subs on it, you see.
Yeah. No, it's very similar to the process of looking up Japanese things as well. At a certain point, you can't do it in English anymore. You have to. Yeah.
But the thing is, I've edited most of them. For the amount of over 10, 15 years, I've edited most of them.
Yeah.
All the files, I've got them all saved.
Yeah. So you know, we're gonna have to do a series, right? At some point, right? And I'm just talking Ychyfus now with the optional addition of Rodney, because that's up to you, Rodney. But and we're gonna get into it when we talk about Happy Heroes, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't get enough of Happy Heroes. I wanted a lot more.
You want a little more?
I wanted more. I wanted more Bruce Liang acting like a fucking fool.
Yeah, but it gets crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It gets
So
madder.
So I think, and again, this is classic Darren talking about stuff we should have spoke about off air before recording. But I think Ychyfus at least want to plow through a series, and 6-month project or something.
Yeah.
But we want to plow through the series and see what we think. What do you think, Clive?
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of ideas for Rodney's put up clips from one that you've got under the title King of the Drunken Fist, right?
Oh,
which I know of as Drunken Fist, just Drunken Fist, I think.
yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah,
2 series, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, Chang Yi's the villain in the second one, and Random Way's the villain in the first one.
Right. Well, I've got both those series, and again they're raw. But the thing is, the source material for those series was this manhwa series, which was actually put out in English by, if you remember those old Jade Man comics. Do you remember those?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So
the famous comic. Yeah.
So I've got scans of the entire run of the Drunken Fist Jade Man comics run.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking I might try and do, and either of you are welcome to do it along with me if you want to talk about it, is read the comics and then watch the show.
Yeah.
And then maybe see if that helps to follow the story a bit better. I mean, they still might diverge. I don't know, but I thought
that's an idea.
Give you a bit of a foothold in understanding what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, because there's actually an alien character in that first season.
Oh, is
there's an alien doing shapes, mate.
that's like
there is.
Yeah, that's like that schools program we were talking about on the other podcast. Like, what was it called? Look and Read.
Yes.
Like when you had the silver aliens, when you were in school and they wheeled the telly into the classroom, you had to watch Look and Read, and there was a drama about 2 silver aliens, and one was a kid and one was an adult, and it was scary as fuck. That's not you're not hitting any of your buttons there, Rodney, is it?
That was with Chucky's children, mate. You remember that?
Chucky.
Yeah.
Showing my age now, mate.
Yeah.
That was a big show. That was.
Yeah, I love Chucky. I watched that. I've got the DVDs of Chucky that I bought.
Really?
Yeah, I've got the 3 series of Chucky. I watched them when I was an adult.
Yeah, because wasn't there Chucky's children? Wasn't that one of them?
Yeah. So it's Chucky, something else, and then Chucky's children.
That's right.
Chucky's children was the weird one where they go in pyramids and stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
But anyway, we diverge there a bit, but aliens doing
But the makeup, the alien, the makeup that they put like an extra head on top of him. It's like a massive forehead, but it's really done. It's so ghetto.
They did not have the budget for that.
No, there was no effort at all. All the effort went into the shapes, not into the makeup. But that adds to the appeal of this madness.
I like which was the one you put up, Rodney? You put a clip from, and it was mad, so it was fun enough as it was. But then just when it was, some bloke turns up dressed as a tree.
Oh, was
I think it was supposed to be Taiwanese.
Did I call it Back to Bark or something? The clip. What did I call it? Was it Meng Fei?
It might have been, yeah. I think it must have been Taiwanese. I think by the looks of things.
I think it might be Meng Fei. So I've forgotten the title, but it's definitely a Meng Fei one.
But that went straight to the top of the list as soon as the tree man turned up.
But it's Taiwan again. They love that. They love tree men.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. So I guarantee you, without having seen a frame of it, there'll be a there'll be a joke involving children pissing as well at some point. If it's
Oh
Taiwan,
yeah, at some point. Yeah,
yeah,
Taiwanese
there's
got
got
a
to
thing
be
about that.
some children piss if it's out of
Always,
Taiwan.
what's
They're
going on
obsessed.
there, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dodgy,
yeah.
mate. And also as well, in the ATV, there's always like some bloke with a golden glove as well.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah.
good.
No,
Speaking of the children's piss, I just had a thought. I've got a clue as to where we might find a treasure trove of long lost Taiwanese. Have a look in Jimmy Savile's old house. Maybe he's got them all.
you might have some rares, mate.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
The Savile Archives present.
Savile Archives, mate. Savile Shapes Archives.
That would be terrible if that turned out to be true, because then now we owe him something.
Well, now we're
Oh, tell me
conflicted.
about it, mate. I might actually retire if that's the case.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's just like but I still come back to this thing that maybe it's just me. I've just got this like, it's not like it's almost a fear of how the hell do I get into TVs?
But that's the thing though, because like it's getting into it, but it's like a genre that's like it's failed because there's no subtitles for it.
Yeah.
So people go to me like, oh, the fighting is great, but I go to them, well, I've only done the edits for it because there's no subtitles. They're like, oh, but some people watch it for the fights because they've accepted what it is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can't watch it because there's no subs.
Yeah.
But if they want the fights, then they will watch it.
Yeah.
But then some people don't want to watch.
Yeah.
They want to watch a whole series, not just for the fight scene. So it's a bit of a sub genre that's a bit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, as well, is from what I configure, even at the source, like if you were to go to Hong Kong or Taiwan or whatever, it's not as if they were doing their best to preserve a lot of the stuff. So even if you were to somehow get it together and get the right people and get the budget and get a drum up enough interest in like properly putting these stuff out on some kind of Blu-ray box set or something and putting subs on there and stuff, I don't know if you'd even be able to find the original elements and stuff in a good enough state to be able to do that, right?
Well, what it is now, well, a lot of them, but they've been remastered, haven't they? A lot of them are good copies now. So a lot of them they're HD now. There's a lot of TV series that are HD now. So a lot of them are online now in good qualities now.
That's cool. But the thing is
but is that good for me? Am I going to have to re-edit my series again? Is that another 10 years of my life?
Yeah, no one wants that, Rodney.
It's not all about you, Rodney.
Yeah. But
I ain't got long left. How many years can I keep going, mate? But I can't re-edit. I can't re-edit them. I must admit, I have re-edited some again.
Oh, you've gone. He started.
That's because of my favourite ones. My favourite ones have come out in good quality. I will do them again.
Yeah.
You know.
But I suppose, I mean, you've got to think as well. I mean, it's okay. So it's getting uploaded in high quality, or maybe it's even coming out in Blu-ray in high quality somewhere.
Yeah, but if the Taiwan's come out in good quality, I'm going to walk into the sea, mate. I can't deal with that. I can't. Right? I want those in my quality. I don't want those in good quality.
No, it's part of their charm, isn't it? It's because that's what we love about Taiwan, is that it's a bit cheap.
Yeah, because the studio
it's all on the cheap.
Yeah, they don't care about
Yeah.
You can get away with the Tree Man if you can only just about see it, right? But if it's in crystal clarity and you can see every single detail of the Tree Man, then it's not good, right? It just looks ridiculous.
No. Yeah, but the Tree Man will always do good shapes. That's the thing about Taiwan.
That's true. That's true.
They always make up for the budget in movement and shape. They always make up for it.
Yeah. So do we reckon? Because one of the things that I'm obsessed with is who did the action, right? On films.
I only know some of them on TV.
Yeah.
Do you know of Cooks? You know Cooks and Kung Fu. You had a lead actor.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Do you remember his name?
Oh.
Well, we call him Cooks Man. That's his nickname. Yeah, Cooks Man. He's one of the biggest action directors for ATV.
Oh.
He done a lot of the high level stuff.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He done a
Jackie
prime minister.
Chen.
Jackie is Jackie something. His name.
Jackie
Yeah,
Chen Shaolong.
yes, that's
There you
him.
go.
Yeah. So Cooks and Kung Fu, the lead actor, he's a big action director. But if you look at the films he's done all these films are good as well that he done the action.
Hmm.
He's one of the best action directors no one talks about.
Hmm.
But on
Yeah,
TV,
I'm
he's
looking at his
yeah.
list. Yeah.
Look at his
Dynamite
list. He's done
Trio.
some great films.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tai
yeah.
Chi, Shadowboxing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
His TV is on a different level, and he's in most of them as well. Like he's like a villain.
Hmm.
He done a really good Alan Chang one, the Prime Minister. You know, what was the Zhong name? The other character that was in Red Cliff. The character is it the other guy done a strategy. What's the character's name? The
Oh,
other John,
not Cow Cow.
John
The
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 other
stra-
Japanese actor.
Liu
oh,
Dun or
he's in Ping Pong. I
Japanese actor. No,
forget his
he
name.
was in I forgot his name. He was in Hero, wasn't he? He had a
Yeah.
Young Biao Hero. That Japanese that he played. He had in Red Cliff. That character, Jung.
Yeah,
I
hang
can't
on.
say
I'm
the
just looking it up now. Is Nakamura something? I think his name is.
yeah. But that character there, Alan Chang done a series, Sword Play series, which was we just called it Prime Minister. Actually, it's called Prime Minister Zhong Lang. I can't say the name properly, but
Right.
that's that Sword Play. That Sword Play is one of the best sword play I've ever seen.
cool.
Right, and I'll put up a clip of that tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah.
I put it up before, but I'll put it up again. I'll show you some of the sword play in that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Alan Chang's best stuff's on TV as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Is that a lot of the actors that are in a lot of the films that we all talk about, you know, like Adam Chang, like Choi Soo Keung, so Norman Choi Soo Keung, right?
Choi King has
Yeah.
done so much TV.
Yeah, Jason
He's
Piao Piao.
working now. He's got a film that comes out every 3 weeks
Yeah.
in China.
Yeah.
Sorry to Nakamura Shida plays Jianxing in the Red Cliff.
Yeah, so that's so Adam Chang done a version of that, but obviously there's no strategy in that. That's just proper shapes and sword play and not looking and stances.
My strategy is ships.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But that's but that guy done the action for that. The guy of Cooks and Kung Fu. And he done the best ATV stuff. And I think
Cool.
Tussie Ming done a lot of the action.
Well, that's a fascinating.
Okay, cool.
That's a fascinating example, right? Because, like you said, yeah, to most people, if people know him at all, he's Cook's man. So he's obviously, even though he's done the work, he's obviously been sidelined in the cinematic world. But he's a fucking huge star in the TV realm, right? So it's
TV. Yeah,
it is almost like another parallel universe running alongside.
Yes.
And a few people jump back and forth, but
But the other guys, I would say, Bruce Lang's done the action. Tussie Ming. So Tussie Ming done the action for Legendary Fox, and he done the sequel, The Fist. So that's the Chen Zhang character. So Bruce Lang. That was one of his biggest series.
Yeah.
And one of the Young brothers is in the second one, Yun Chen Yan.
Okay, cool.
He plays the villain in the second one.
I can't take him seriously as a villain.
Well, he's quite good in he's quite good in this, mate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But and that's the other thing. I'm going off on a total tangent here, but I was looking at filmographies, the Yun brothers, the other day, and it's like, Yun Ping's the famous one, right? But Yun Chen Yan is the one that was doing all the. He was the first choreographer.
Yeah, because he was doing he
did all the
Bashers and Shaw Brothers, like mid-70 ones.
69, 68,
69,
69 he's choreographing stuff. Yeah.
I'm sure he might have done Kill the Jaguar. Tony Lou, Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, he done early ones. Yeah. So he's been around.
Yeah. No, he's been kicking about forever. But yeah, I was just interested to think because everyone talks about Yun Clan, and it's like you get it in your head that Yun Ping is the head of the Yun Clan. You know what I mean? But it's not really the case. No. I don't think. Yeah.
Did you see the drunken monkey thing I put up?
Yeah.
That's madness.
Did you say there? I may have missed, and sorry, I was quiet there because I was looking this up because you mentioned Big over at ATV doing action. Did you say To Siu Ming?
Yeah,
You
To
did
Siu
say
Ming,
To Siu
yeah.
Ming, right? Yeah, and I got an image in my head. To Siu Ming, I know who that is. He can't mean him, right? So I just typed it in.
Yeah, it is.
You're talking about the cross-eyed fella.
No, To Siu Ming, no, To Siu
No,
Ming's
he's
the
good-looking
Buddhist
bloke.
fist.
Oh right, okay. Oh, sorry.
He's a good-looking one in Buddhist fist. So
I thought
it's
right. I was thinking of To Siu Ming.
Oh, him.
Choi Su Ming.
Yeah,
Choi
yeah.
Su Ming.
No, To Siu Ming, the one of the two cross-eyed guys who's always in every film.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds actually better if it was him.
Well, that's what I was gonna. That's amazing if he's.
That'd be brilliant.
Okay, just wanted to clear that.
To Siu Ming,
Yeah.
To Siu Ming. But what's crazy? He's actually got a brother. I think his name's Simon Chu. To Siu Ming, and
Right.
he's like he's actually a great fight martial artist. His brother, and his brother did a lot of action directing. He done a lot of the late 60s Shaw Brothers.
Oh, okay.
He does some Simon. I think Simon Chu is his name, but that's actually his brother.
Okay.
To Ming's brother.
I think that's the other
and
thing with Telly as well. It seems to be a bit of a place where it's the only place that will represent. So there's a few examples of people like this who they'll only have made 2 or 3 films, and otherwise you never would have heard. But they're real world martial artists.
Yeah. And his team. That's Law Long.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking of people like
Newton.
The guy who was in Operation Scorpio, right? Like that guy. Like his filmography isn't that long, right? But obviously that's a stellar kind of.
You talking about Won Jin?
Say again.
You talking about Won Jin?
Yes.
From Scorpio.
Yeah.
Because he's in a lot of those Korean TV movies as well.
There we go. Then that's just my point. Is you always see those and you think, oh, it's a shame he's not in more films. But it turns out
he's in many films.
But not as many as you might think. But he's in
not a big roles, but he's in many. I mean, he was in Shining Blood Mission as a kid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's in Shining Blood Mission. He's been around, and he's done kids since he was do you remember the Thunder Kick? What's that one? The Thunder Mission. You know those Korean kid films?
Operation Thunder Kids or something.
Something, like because he's in one of them, isn't he? Done really good fighting.
Yeah.
So he started as really as a kid, and he hasn't stopped working. So I mean, I think he did there was a gangster series recently. He actually had a fight scene in that, but he's been behind the scenes, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So that's fascinating.
That's right, yeah. But he's been doing rare Korean stuff like TV movies. So he's done a lot more than we think. One did.
Yeah.
You go on HKPD, you only see about 6-7 films. He's done a lot more than that. He's done many films, but they're hard to get. You got to search for them. They're hard to find. Obviously, the Korean, that's a different rabbit hole, mate. I'm scared to go down that one, to be honest.
Well, so there are also. It is worth mentioning that there are over the years there have been a few feature-length edits out of TV series, right? There's like a
those are the ones. Those are the Silverbirds. A lot of them have been re-edited into hour and a half films.
Because there's those. I'm blanking on the names, but there's those two. IFD put out a couple at some point, right? And there's some really interesting. Again, the action is.
Well, there's one's got the best title ever. It's called "Don't Bother Me." It's actually called that.
Is it?
That's cool.
Brilliant.
And there's been a few of them over there, and some of them even came out. There was like the shortened, condensed version of the Fist of Fury TV series came out in an English dub, and
that's right. Yeah.
So they do crop up every now and again, but it's amazing to me that not that many people have tweaked Do you know what I mean? There's the secret world of
Well,
TV.
I've been pushing it for the last 10 years. I mean,
I know,
that's what I do.
but there's not enough people listening to you, Rodney. I don't know why that is. I think it might be, to Darren's point, is the intimidation factor, right? That number one, that you have to trawl through the stuff in Raw, and also the other thing is, where do I start on this mountain? Like, where
Yeah.
my little toehold?
Yeah.
You know?
Because I'm telling you now, it's years of work. That's probably
Yeah.
why. That's probably why it's doomed, mate. That's probably why.
No, no. It's the opposite, right? This is not doomed at all, right? Because this is the new genre,
Yeah.
right? That people are gonna get into.
Yeah, but well, what if
Right.
you go on Instagram? A lot of people are recognizing it now. There's even other channels now posting TV stuff now.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it is getting recognized.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
recognized. But
Yeah.
obviously, like someone asked me, I think yesterday, like, how do I find these TVs? Now, I just said to him, look, you can look on YouTube, but a lot of people don't want to do the research. I mean, I said to them, like, you've got to do the research. That's how you
Yeah,
find stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even just finding, like, because the thing we'll talk about, Happy Heroes, just finding like a page that just to be sure that it told you exactly what this thing was and how it originally went out. To find that took me, more than just a couple of minutes. You had
Yeah.
I had to cross-reference a whole bunch of in a language that I don't speak or read. And then I finally found it via like a Japanese page, and then eventually I was like, oh
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to find stuff. I got nowhere near anything.
But I go quite deep with the searches. There's one point I actually started using these words and changing to Chinese. Like I'll put the word saber in, or sword,
Okay. Yeah.
or put the word golden, or I'll put eagle, and I'll just put random words in and search it that way.
Okay.
And then
What, like like in a YouTube search or in a video search?
No, just on Google in general, because
Wow.
it's not about YouTube. There's many
Yeah.
channels. If you just search, if you just put the title, the Chinese title in,
Yeah.
and I'll put 1985 or 1986 or 1984.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'll see what comes up. That's when I get quite deep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
lately, I've gone a bit madder because there's a lot of TVs now that are released in Vietnam.
right.
Right.
Yes.
So basically, I actually kind of done this recently. The rarest Taiwan stuff is in Viet dub.
Yeah, I can attest to that as well myself. Not telly, but in terms of some film stuff that I was looking for. Yeah, and there's a few Vietnamese, whatever. It's like a Vietnamese YouTube, I suppose. A lot of stuff ends up there.
I've gone that,
for whatever reason. That's fascinating.
So I've gone down that road. It's a scary one. Yeah.
That's the thing. Well, what you need, Rodney, is you need a team.
TV
You
team.
need staff.
Yes, you need a sweatshop is what you need.
Outsource
it.
That's funny. With a 2p my shapes.
I can see it. Shapes Enterprises.
Yeah.
Incorporated. Yeah.
But like I said, it's a hobby of mine. It's a passion, and I love searching, man. But I mean, I found stuff by accident. That's the best.
Yeah.
Right.
When I find something I'm not even looking for and it appears.
Oh no, I like it. I love it. I love it's proper. It's obsession, right? I always salute a man obsessed with anything.
Oh
yeah.
I love it, mate.
Yeah,
I love it, mate. And the thing is, and do you know what's even when I find a series that I've never seen before, and I see the first fight, and I know that I've got more to come, and because I'm editing it, it could appear any second.
Yeah.
But the other day, I did a series. I went through 20 episodes. I only got 11 minutes of action. So sometimes it can fail. Sometimes it fails.
Yeah.
But it's happened a few times.
It's interesting though. It's so something that's interests me, and we at some point might possibly talk about the happy heroes that we're meant to be talking about. Or maybe we won't.
Fuck it.
Mate. Fuck it. Maybe we won't. Anyway, but yeah, it's interesting. The kind of like, so someone's writing a script for this, right? So your TV equivalent of Ni Kwang is there on his typewriter, right, writing the script, and
Back of a matchbox. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And so he's kind of he's there. He's writing, let's say, I don't know, 40 hours of telly, right? And he puts 11 minutes of fucking amazing action in it.
Oh, it was just. The thing is, it wasn't even that brilliant either.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
You know that clip I sent you with the Bruce Lee fighting the Wong Fei Hong?
Yeah.
It was that series.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And that was ATV 86. And I thought I'd get something out of that. And you know the actor Dion Lamb? You know him?
Yeah.
He's in there doing nothing.
Oh.
But there is one interesting scene. There's a body popping scene that caught me off guard.
Well, that's shapes, Rodney.
Well, it's movement.
It's that is a kind of shape.
Oh.
Did he lay down a bit of cardboard on the floor?
Oh, there is cardboard in it. It's a proper B-boy scene. Yeah.
I thought it'd be like those reed mats that they had.
Oh, but you know what? I had a series, like a TVB series. It was the craziest thing I saw. It was Andy Lau was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is no lie. He's DJing in the club. Andy Lau playing Ice-T.
What?
Right, I'll send you the clip. I put it on Instagram. Then we're going.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I even copied in the DJ. The DJ. He's DJ. Ice-T's DJ, and he loved it.
Cool.
Crazy. Andy Lau on the decks. It was mad.
Yeah, I love that.
It's cool, but I'll send you the clip, mate. It done me.
Yeah.
But that's the joy, right? That's the joy, is these little nuggets that you come across on your thrill of the chase. And in a way, the fact that you find them, it's the diamond in the rough thing, right? That's what makes them shine, isn't it? In a way.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. You never know what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be in those hours. But I can kind of tell from the first episode if something's going to be proper.
Yeah, but I just want to know about the mentality of the writer. So maybe it's like a budget thing. So maybe they can only afford to have Chin Soo Don for 3 days for the whole series or whatever the hell it is.
Right?
So maybe that's why it's all and it's all about wuxia heroes or like Chen Zhen or whatever the hell it is, right?
Yeah, but they seem to have more freedom on the TVs though, like for the fight wise. I mean, some of the fights they're like, well, why is that better than a lot of films I've seen? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I was.
TV shouldn't be better. It shouldn't be better on TV than film.
No,
crazy.
No,
it is.
But again, it
is strange, and there's got to be a reason for it because it consistently happens over and over and over again. So there has to be a reason for it, right? But what that reason might be is a little bit elusive, right?
Well, I think I've got the answer to that actually, knowing fuck all about TV and having watched next to no TV. I hasten to add, right? But I think it's the reason that Robert Tai's so fucking good. Right? I think it's the reason that a lot of Taiwanese choreographers are so good, is they've got no money.
Yeah.
So they have to do something.
They have to. They got to make the most of what they got.
Exactly, yeah.
And sometimes you can get more out of that way,
Yeah. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah. Because Taiwan, there's no wasted movement in that, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
There's no wasted movement.
Yeah.
They might have a stray tree man walking around. But he's gonna make an effort, I tell you. He's gonna make an effort about that tree man.
I hope at least you have put something in your will, Rodney, that upon your death, that this stuff isn't going to rot in your attic or something. You have plans to have it disseminated into the world.
Well, I'm probably going to put it on. I'm probably going to put them all on 10 drives. Do you know I nearly lost my whole collection?
Oof.
And a good friend of mine, Giles.
Oh yeah.
Giles Gaffney. Yeah.
Yeah.
He saved it.
Oh, well done, Giles.
right?
Yeah.
Because I was a bit stupid. I didn't back it up. You see, yeah, I kept them all on one drive, and you know what? I nearly retired
Were you
because
getting
you know,
Reti-
but because
retired into the sea.
yeah, because how can I redo 700, 800 series again? You
You
can't.
couldn't. You
were you
couldn't.
getting the click of death on the hard drive? Were you? It wouldn't load.
Yeah, nothing. What it was, the power thing went on it, and then I asked the IT guy, "Can you take this out and put it into another box or whatever that actually take out the drive?"
Mm.
And he said he did it, but when I plugged it in, there was nothing.
Shit.
I thought it was gone. I thought, I thought that was it.
That's my life is over.
Are you checking the? I mean, once you've mined the material for the gold and stuff, and you've got that backed up, obviously, are you checking the other stuff, or are you keeping that backed up as well? Or
Oh, what checking? You mean
I mean,
what?
so for instance, after you've made your little edit and you've took out all the gold and stuff.
Yeah, what it is, I keep the series now. Before I did, see, everything I edit, I still keep this. I keep the full series now.
Okay, good. That's
But back in, but when I first, I didn't do it, but now I do.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Cool.
so that's why I have to keep getting new drives because I'm running out of space all the time.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll
But
tell
before,
you about it.
I just used to edit and then get rid of it. But now I keep all the full series now.
Yeah. In 40 years, when you die, Rodney.
Yeah.
Yeah. There needs to be a Rodney Shapes Foundation. That is for the pursuit of TV shapes.
Well, it's either that or I'm taking those drives with me, mate.
You need an extra,
I will fucking
coffin.
dig. I will dig you up.
Yeah. I'll be there with a shovel as well. I'll help you out.
Your bones ain't going to be safe from us, Rodney.
Do you know what's classic about that story? You know when Giles did save my drive?
Yeah.
We had an event in Leicester Square, you know, Chinese Community Centre. I think it's the Eastern Heroes event.
All right.
I think they showed the Venom's documentary. Yeah, so he bought my drive and he fixed it, and he actually bought a bottle of champagne to celebrate it.
Oh, amazing!
Amazing.
And he was doing you a favour.
No, that's what I'm saying. He saved it. He saved me.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Big shout out to Giles there.
Shout out to Giles, mate.
Massive shout out to Giles Gaffney.
Yeah. He saved it, mate. So
seeing as no one else is going to do it, let's talk about Happy Heroes.
Yes, I reckon we got a good 10 minutes worth of Happy Heroes, so we can go into.
So Happy Heroes, or at least Happy Hero. Well, so I should make.
So Clive didn't watch it.
Well, I did watch it. I fucked up. I didn't have the complete. So you watched. You both watched to what is about 2 episodes, right?
2 episodes, yeah.
And I only saw one, and this is Happy Heroes, or Fung Chan Sam Gay Hap.
Yeah. And the other title's The 3 Strange Warriors as well.
Yeah.
That's the other title for it, yeah. Yeah,
I'm looking here at the Chinese characters. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I don't know where Hidden Heroes comes from, though. That was another title. Came from.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but I don't know where that.
Well, because they seem, because what I was reading about this is that that seems to be their like title, isn't it? It's like they've got one set of names and then they've got another set of names.
Yeah, because I've got some series that don't actually have it's just got the Chinese title written in English, if you know what I mean. I've got some series that doesn't actually have it's just got the Chinese title, but it's just written in English, but it's not actually written in English. You know.
This is
not many like that though.
This is something that can get quite annoying in terms of people giving things their own names as well sometimes, because you end up you're chasing the same thing, but it has 3 or 4 unofficial titles, and it muddies the waters a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So unless something has a proper,
I think a lot of the Taiwan stuff.
Yeah, so unless something has a proper English release title, even if it's just on the advertising or something like that, I'm a big advocate for maybe following the original, just because it makes it easier in the long run.
Yeah.
Because the worst one is, for some reason, with with Japanese stuff for some reason when that's bootlegged, you know, in the English speaking community. It doesn't have subs or anything, but people impose these English names on it, and there's like 5 or 6 names,
right, okay.
and it's really, really annoying to try and figure out.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, little gripe there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, so Happy Heroes, 1982, right? Out of Hong
Yes,
Kong,
right.
ATV, 19 episodes.
Yep.
So this episode or two sourced from Trio Tara Video out of Indonesia. Have you come across this video label before, Rodney, on your adventures?
That's my debut, mate.
Okay, because I looked them up, and they apparently they did put out a lot of ATV and TVB stuff
in English dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I know what titles. I know some of the titles. There's quite a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they have? Sorry, go on.
I think they've done Princess Ching Pings on there.
But they've not surfaced. You're just aware of the fact that they once existed.
No, I've got some. Not all of them.
Right.
I've got some, but not. But I haven't looked at half of them. So.
Right.
I've got some. Yeah.
Someone needs to introduce the concept of the car boot sale to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Because you know that's where you get it. That's where you get this stuff.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only way, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's such a treat actually to watch a Hong Kong kung fu TV series.
Yeah.
Dubbed in English.
With the old voices as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it was new voices, I probably wouldn't have watched this.
No.
I can't do new dubbing, mate. I can't do it.
No. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. If they start doing Blu-rays of this stuff, it will be new dubbing.
Oh gosh, I can't do it.
Well, let's not depress us. Come on, let's be positive.
So it's got a hell of a. So this actually has English credits as well, which are obviously when they in Indonesia when they put things into English, they seem to have put them
in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, but they're also a little bit squiff in terms of so this, according to them, is it's not Yuehua, it's Yehua, right?
That's what they call it on that. Yeah,
so
okay.
you kind of have to try and use a bit of imagination to figure out who they're talking about for, because there's a fucking long list at the beginning of the show. There's like a 4-minute credit.
Yeah, it's the whole cast, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was
the whole cast. Yeah, that 4-minute intro was mad.
Yeah. So I was kind of curious
I was thinking, has it started or not? It was really weird. It went on for ages, didn't it?
Yeah. And I was wondering about who some of these people are, because it's a long list. I'm guessing in there some of these must be notable guest stars, but I could Sin Fat. Who might that be?
I don't recall, mate. Nah. There's some
know.
actors in there I didn't recognise. I recognised about 4 of them, but there's some of them I didn't.
Yeah, but they could be someone. They could be, but just like I said, because they're just slightly squiff by our standards. Then yeah. But certainly we know from these 2 episodes that you've got Yuehua and Bruce Lung.
Bruce Lung, yeah.
And
but commercially, he's known as the Beast, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right. So it seems to begin, at least it seems to be about a couple of thieves, right? Male and female dual thief.
Yeah.
And then they accidentally overhear some kind of plot to overthrow the country.
That's right. Yeah.
And just when you've got your hat on about that, Bruce Lung turns up with some sort of backpack on in which fucking extending arms come out.
But didn't he say Pandora's box, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He called it Pandora's box.
He said it, didn't he?
Very Miracle Fighters, that thing on his back.
Oh, that stray arm that came
proper
out.
gadgets.
Yeah, and the same year.
There's a lot more of that as well.
Well, I saw in the you might have seen it actually in the second episode then, but in the at the end, the preview, or then there's ninjas as well, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it gets crazy. But think about that. There's some really good comedy fighting. Like the comedy fighting is like.
Yeah, it was
It's
great.
like
Did you see the bit? Did you see the bit where they strip the general or the official naked and put all lumps over his head?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
so there's a bit.
I
so
need
there's
you
a bit.
to share it with me, Darren, please.
Yeah,
Because
so
obviously I'm missing.
there's a bit later on where Bruce Lung gets caught. So he starts off, and this I really like this about the show because
Yeah,
it's
but
like
I've got the fights for you. I can send you it. You can see that if you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
just send that. Send that fight.
Yeah, but
But anyway, so there's so Bruce Lung starts off as this like undercover because he pretends to be a thief at the start, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it turns out he's actually like an inspector, like a
Inspector,
detective or whatever,
Yeah.
a government official.
With a magic back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he keeps fucking it up.
Yeah,
So
he keeps getting in trouble. He keeps messing up, doesn't he?
Yeah. So he ends up being demoted to until by the end of the film, he's basically devoted to like a servant.
So he has no luck in these first 2 episodes.
No.
I must say.
No.
None
So
at all.
he starts off as like this high level detective, and then because he keeps fucking up, and Yuha and Yam Yam, can't remember her name, something Yam Yam.
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, she's really great.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her character's got some weird elements, isn't it?
Yeah, because she takes some medicine and then gets drunk and tries to seduce people or something.
Well, apparently,
she stabbed that bloke in the neck, didn't she?
Yeah.
Well, she takes an aphrodisiac for some reason, then gets drunk, picks up a bloke, wakes up in his bed, and is really disappointed. And then she also tries to seduce someone else who doesn't want to kind of be seduced, so he stabs himself in the leg to wake himself up, kind of like a.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was mad.
Yeah. It is an odd show. It's quite, and plus it was a bit more. You don't expect, usually this kind of period stuff as well is quite paced, right? Like it's, I mean, not that there's any nudity or anything as far as I can tell, but there's people shagging with abandon off screen in a way that you don't normally see in period things on film.
Yeah, she's proper promiscuous. Yeah.
Quite unique. I mean, I've seen some ATVs, but this one was a bit different. I've seen comedy ones, but not on this level. It was a bit different for me. Even seeing those first episodes, even when I was editing the fights, it was more comedy fights than normal. It was like a Yun film in a way.
It did
very
much so. Have you been through all 19 episodes then, Rodney?
No, I've edited the whole thing.
Oh, you have? Okay, okay. So
I'll send you the fights.
All right. I mean, I might even try. To be honest, I might try and see if I can get on with the whole series on YouTube. Just to see how far I can, because it seems quite fast paced. Like, so even if you don't fully know what's going on, it's changing every few minutes, so it doesn't really get.
That's all right. Yeah.
The only thing I would say, I flicked forward a bit, so I kind of before we did the podcast, I kind of had a little flick through those 19 episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was bad luck or not, but everywhere I landed was some sort of dramatic argument between Granny and the daughter. So there seemed to be a lot of kind of family drama in there.
Yeah.
But I'm not being negative.
Yeah, because the thing is, what's weird is, what's the point? I edited that English version.
Yeah.
And then when I finished it, the Chinese one had come out of nowhere.
There's not actually that much fighting in that hour and a half in those first 2 episodes. What's there's good. What's there's good.
Yeah, I like that fight scene in the dark. That was really good choreography as well. When he kept getting his sword stuck, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was really well done. That's quite really good comedy action.
Yeah, and the one where they're in the cellar with a plant pot head.
That's right. Yeah.
And the flower, and that's brilliant. Yeah. So it's good stuff.
That's the thing. When you watch the whole season, you probably think there's not much fighting because you're watching it as a series.
Yeah.
But when I edit it and it's all together, to me it's a lot of fighting. But maybe when you watch it properly as a series,
I think there's space in the fighting out quite far. But what I would say was I really got into Bruce Lung's character and Ychyfus' character as well.
Yes.
Because he's like a proper a Fu Sheng or a Li Min or he's like that kind of character, isn't he? He's a cheeky chappy.
That's what I was
going to think about that actually. Does he have an extensive TV career? Because I think we're used to thinking in terms of films, as you know who he is, you recognise him, but he's a little bit of a second stringer more than a kind of a strong lead in that way, right? But he's
in a lot of TVs.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. When you see him in this, that makes
a lot of TVs. Yeah. I've got one called Magnificent Seven with him.
Oh, you put up a clip from that, didn't you, recently?
Yeah, it's really good. And he's with another actor who's my favourite name, Pat Poon.
Pat Poon.
Don't know Pat Poon at all.
Pat Poon, yeah. And he's a big.
I only know him because I remember you put something up and I said, "Who the fuck is this Pat Poon?" And then you schooled me.
No, it's a mad name. Yeah. So and he done a Poetic Sword. That's a good series with him. Cool. So he's done a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And I think he's done TVB as well, but mainly ATV's best stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you Happy Heroes. It's only these two episodes extant in English, though, right? You said they both popped up at the same time, but the full.
No, I've got the whole thing, mate.
Oh,
English.
All 19.
I only sent you the two. I only sent that one just to see if you wanted to just do the one. I've got the whole thing.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah, I got it, mate. Well, you thought I only had two? No, I got it all.
Yeah, I thought that was just a one-off thing.
No, because if you want, because that'd be a bit of a mad one if you wanted to watch the whole season.
I'd be up for that.
I'm doing that. Yeah, well, I'm just talking for myself here, but yeah, I actually, because I just want to know what happens to Bruce.
Yeah. No, I've got the whole thing. Maybe it's a bit confusing there. No, I do have the whole thing, but I wanted to see just to see the cover.
Well, this episode, this Ychyfus is all about us dipping our toe in the water and seeing.
Yeah, if we like it, that's why I thought I'd give you that little intro.
Yeah.
But it's quite a mad way. But it's quite a mad way of starting TVs because you're starting TVs by watching it in English.
Yeah,
which is not supposed to happen.
What's all right? We've done 12 hours or however many hours it was. Yeah. We've done it, but we've done.
You're in danger of it's turning into the 4 sketch. Yeah, you're. When I was alive, I had to watch these things. Cantonese.
Because I never started TVs like this.
Yeah. Well, no, but we've done our time as well. We've done Mafia vs Ninja. We've done Ninja Final Duel, and we've done all the footage raw. So you've gone for
the trial. You've gone for the trial.
We can do that. We can do that. We can do raw.
Yeah, you've gone for the trial period.
Yeah. But I mean, I genuinely, after watching this, I do genuinely I just got into the characters.
Yeah, the characters are great.
Yeah,
I like Bruce Lang's the guy in charge of him. He's quite funny, that character there.
Oh yeah. The kind of old official kind of bloke.
Because when he looked at some guy and he goes bow down, you peasant, and then he didn't even look at him, did he?
Yeah.
And he realised he was someone else.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Yeah.
So as well as preparing these edited highlights and keeping hold of the original, are you writing any of this stuff down, Rodney?
What, documented? Well, I put it all in one drive.
Yeah, but do you have a list of titles and any information that you might know about it and stuff to go along with it?
I haven't actually documented it properly. I should really.
I think you probably should if you had the time because like I said, who else is doing it, right? That's
the thing. Well, what it is, there was another guy because the TV thing. There's a few other people who are doing it. There's a one guy I used to trade with him in the Bronx,
Mm.
and he's called Lonely Winer. That was his YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and we
Okay.
used to do TVs together. He was another guy. He was like me. He used to edit TVs.
Did you say Lonely Wino?
Lonely Winer, yeah, I think that was his name but he hasn't uploaded anything in 8 years.
Oh, okay.
But he had a big channel on. He's still on there, his channel, but he hasn't uploaded nothing in 8 years, and that's quite a good page to look at as well. But he had a
Okay,
lot of
good.
TV, so
Yeah,
he done a
yeah,
lot of trades as well. Yeah, me and him. But he was from the Bronx, but I don't know. I kind of lost contact with him. But he was a really good collector. Yeah, on
cool.
a TV tip. Yeah. So and
Yes.
and
Fascinating.
who else edited? Oh, John Brennan used to edit TVs. John Brennan.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he used to edit TVs. Yeah, but there's not many doing it. I mean, how
No,
many? Well, is this me left? Is it? Is that it?
maybe it's just you. Maybe
Last,
you're. Well,
last
you
man
said
standing.
yourself. You're the king of the TVs.
Yeah, but that's no one else who's doing it.
Rodney,
Well-
with great power comes great responsibilities. Don't forget.
Fucking hell! Did you just make a superhero film reference?
I know.
I
Who'd
may
have
have
thought
done.
it? Who would
Who
have
the
thought it?
fuck would have thought that?
Yeah.
No. But I mean,
Shapes for
yeah. But
Yeah.
let's I mean,
yeah.
all
what
the
it is,
hundreds of thousands of people who listen to Ychyfus,
yeah.
I'm sure there's one of them who will be inspired. By
there are people that are posting TV clips,
yeah.
but I'm not sure who else is actually going through a whole. Who's going to go through a whole season to
Yeah.
edit it?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. I mean, it does take. It can take me like 3 evenings to do one or 4.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Yeah. So
not
that's a good question actually. So say there's 25 episodes, right? How long do you think it would take you to cut down? Like
I could do. I
25
might be able
hours.
to do. I might be able to do maybe 10 episodes in one night, maybe.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. That's
Because
good
I'm
going.
quite
Yeah.
fast with it. I'm quite fast
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's only after years of experience, right? That's
Yeah.
I'm sure you were a bit slower when you started.
Yeah. So what's weird? It's like I'm watching it in fast forward because I'm editing it. I'm still watching it, but it's like I'm watching the whole. So in a way, I am watching the series, but I'm watching it in fast motion.
Mm.
So I kind of get the story anyway. I'm not sit down watching it properly, but because I'm editing it so quickly, I'm seeing everything that's happening.
Mm.
But yeah, it can take me a while. I just think, how many hours have I put into this?
You're best not thinking about that, Rodney.
Oh gosh, it's not. It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, it's good. It's good though, because the thing is that I think without speaking to you, or at least coming across the stuff you're doing on social media, on Instagram and YouTube and all the other stuff you do, I think that TV would never have been something that Clive and I would ever have talked about.
Yeah.
And we're into
Yeah.
food,
I wouldn't even have known how much of it there was. I suppose that's the thing. Like, obviously, we've always known that we've heard of those long ass Condor hero series and stuff like that. But yeah. But I think. Chris.
Oh, you all right there, mate?
Yeah. Sorry, my cat knocked over my camera. Sorry.
That's okay. I thought I was going to say I'm the one who's supposed to have it fixed, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So I
There's some drunken shapes there. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Jackie Chan cat stance.
Cat stance, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would have assumed those were like, random one-offs every now and again. There'd be a prestige, kind of Yi Jong, adaptation every now and again, and they'd get stars, But I had no idea that it was a steady river of content over the decades.
Yeah, because I think the semi-gods, they make that I think the Condors, they make them every like 3 years. Remake it.
Right.
I mean, they're still remaking them now. Yeah,
It's the new
that series never
film,
stopped.
right? That's Demigods and Semi-Devils based, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the character, that new Donnie Yen film, Beardy played that character.
Yeah.
in the series.
Right.
Donnie Yen's character in that Sakura.
Well,
It's
that's
actually
the thing,
Beardy played that originally.
we've
Yeah.
talked about this a little bit before on the show, but because a lot of that stuff, when it eventually came out, you know, in a dub or whatever, and it was given they were always given these generic English titles, like, you know, they'd be called just Shaolin Fighter or something like that.
Yeah.
And it would have no mention of the characters, or, you know, and so you'd be watching something and the new English dub doesn't even mention their original names, and then if you've seen enough of these things, you eventually start to figure out, hang on, is this a Fong Sayuk film?
Yeah.
Disguise as, you know, something else, or
Yeah.
so that's
Because,
another element
because I mean,
that's interesting is like you
that's
said,
right.
is uncovering, like, so for instance, in the English, like if you go to the IMDb, right, if you look up like most of the things in the English speaking world, and you look up like let's say a Sherlock Holmes film, and then it'll have like connections, and you look and it'll have, you know, lists of, oh, this character is also being played, blah, 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 and you'll have the, you know, but you won't have that when it comes to Hong Kong
not at all.
English. So you have to piece it together yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
There's no search engine, you know.
No.
So it's like, and actually this brings sort of forth the value of the HKMDB, right?
Yeah.
So indirectly,
Very useful for the Chinese characters, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. But there's no TV on the HKMDB, right?
No, they've got TVB movies on there.
There's not much of it.
Not much, but there is some TVB movies on there. But there is some TV on there, but I think they might talk about the edited down ones.
Yeah, the TV.
Yeah.
Not series as.
Yeah,
but obviously,
but if you're looking,
I only use that site. I only use that site to get the actors' Chinese characters.
Yeah. But
then I've got to search elsewhere.
Yeah, but if HKMDB didn't exist,
then I probably
wouldn't have a clue.
Then I probably wouldn't have nothing.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, and I think it's important to mention that, you know, I mean, every episode of Ychyfus that we've done, you know, we have relied heavily on HKMDB for cast list, choreography credits, etc. Because it's not always, especially if you're watching things raw or you're watching things in original language, it's not always visible. Right? Because sometimes you just get the Chinese characters and not the English, you know, the English translation. So, you know, without HKMDB, we haven't got a clue who choreographed to produce roles.
It'd be a struggle.
Yeah,
but sometimes you just put the character's name in the search that on Google, and then maybe in Chinese, but you can translate it.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But there's no HKMDB for TV.
No, not really.
Right,
no.
And
you have to go.
We can't do it. Right, we can't. You know, the likes of us can't do it.
What I've noticed, I mean, Rodney will know more than me about this, but what I've noticed is how fragmented it is. So it's not. So you can run a search for the Chinese characters, but you have to do one search over here in the ATV list. You have to do one over here in the Silverbird. You have to. There's not one big all TV database, right?
No, because they're never complete. They're never complete.
Right.
They say they're complete, but they're not.
No,
because,
they're
like I said, Happy Heroes was never on any. No. I saw 4 different Bruce Lang filmographies there.
Yeah, same. And I couldn't find it.
And Happy Heroes was on none of them.
No. Yeah. I can't remember how I found it, but somehow I found it by cross-referencing. I think it must have just been Bruce Lang and Ychyfus TV, and then eventually there was one title they shared, and then I managed to find it out.
Yeah, because sometimes that's how I found stuff. I've had to put 2 actors' names in the search.
Right.
Yeah.
To find.
And because a lot of those things you're searching in as well, they're kind of some of them are kind of semi-commercial as well, linked to streaming sites. So they don't necessarily bother to list anyone beyond the 2 or 3 main stars as well, right?
Main stars, that's
it's
right.
Quite difficult to, if you're looking for more character actor stuff, if you're looking for all the things they were in, then you're kind of shit out of luck because they don't even bother mentioning them, right?
But some sort of like Wikipedia, they have got like an ATV section, like you said, the top 10 TVB activities. So you can look on there. You can get you can get the known ATVs on there, and they're
Yeah.
in English
Yeah.
with Chinese characters next to it. So if you go on Wikipedia and type TVB, the best martial arts series of the 70s, 80s, or 90s,
Ah.
Yeah.
there on
And then-
Wikipedia, so you can get that info.
And then if you want more info, you go over to the right-hand corner or whatever, and then you click on the language change.
Yeah,
And then
but,
you
but
get
it
the
normally
Canto-
shows the Chinese title. It's always got the
Yeah.
Chinese title on the right anyway.
But also what I've noticed, but if you go to the page, it's similar what happens when I research in Japanese, or I feel
It's translated
you click on
in Chinese.
the page is like 10 times longer with a lot more info. So that's always worth doing as well, is checking.
But it's searching the characters, searching Chinese characters for the actors.
Yeah.
Because the
So
majority of these
basically,
guys,
if you don't like searching for stuff and you're not meant like us three,
then you send
you're out of luck.
you send me a message on Facebook that says give me the link.
Yeah, or you
I
do
get
that.
asked that every day.
Okay. I tell you what. Should we? This is. I haven't discussed this with Clive, right? But should we have a little chat about things that grind our gears on social media with clips?
Oh well, I get ones all the time. What's the title? When it's actually written in capital letters with a comma on top of my clip.
What film is this?
And also the intro shows the title as well. And one person every day will ask me, what's it called? I get it every day. Now maybe I'm getting trolled, maybe, but I don't know. But
I don't think you are. I think it's just people being fucking people saying, give me everything on the plate. Even though it's
also
already
as
there.
well, if I put up a clip and I give them the title, but because it's not on YouTube, then they assume that I've given the wrong title. But no, it's not on YouTube. And I never said it was on YouTube. I just put up a clip.
Yeah.
But then someone will say to me, "Oh, that can't be the title. It's not on YouTube." But I think so. Everyone just assumes that everything's going to be online. So I've got TVs that are not online either. Not everything's going to be online.
Yeah.
I've had to search a bit crazier because I've got other search engines that's another rabbit hole to find stuff. So
I've got the Chinese YouTube app on my phone.
Yeah. So,
I haven't managed to get into it yet. Yeah. But it's there. I don't know what I'll find on it, but I haven't made the effort to do it yet.
I've got a rabbit hole for searching for getting the full series. It's not just going on Google.
Yeah.
You get better at it. I'm not so much. I haven't got my head quite around it in Cantonese and Mandarin yet. But in speaking for Japanese, for example, is you do certain things pop up again and again, and you start to familiarize with. You do start to recognize some characters in the context, and then it's like anything else. The muscle gets better.
That's right. Yeah. When I first started, I was a bit rusty. Yeah. And even doing my first edit, and then he gave up on it. I thought it's going to take ages. But then when the fight started getting better, I thought, no, I've got to stick with it now. And then after that, I couldn't stop. You know.
So Sorry, go on.
But even lockdown, when I was on lockdown, I got made redundant. I think I must have found my best bits in lockdown. Yeah.
Well, that's how this podcast was born.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We used to send the odd message here and there every year or two.
Yeah.
And then we both started chatting a lot more during the first sort of pandemic bit, and then it's from that the Ychyfus was born. So Ychyfus came out the pandemic.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, but I found most of my, I think that obviously the last 2 years, I found the maddest bits. You know,
it's having the time to do it, isn't it?
You find the time, yeah.
Yeah.
So, But obviously, with lockdown, I had quite a lot of time to do a bit more searching. But you know, in the evening, I might just spend an hour. You know, one of the odd evening, just have a look and see what's there. I mean, I've got titles of series that I've been looking for years, and I might check once a week if it's there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've actually got the
So
series.
you're just waiting
saved.
for it to pop up
I
somewhere.
just do it. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because
So
sometimes there's stuff that's there, but I can't get it. The link's dead, maybe.
yeah.
So there's stuff that I've missed that I wanted, but I didn't check it.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's like proper obsession, though, isn't it?
The madness continues. The madness continues. It never ends.
Yeah, because there's a Low Man TVB movie that I've been looking for ages called Behind the Fist, and the link I left it too late. I didn't search like I should have done, and it passed me by, mate.
What? And it came up.
Yeah, no, but the link's dead. I can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't get it anymore. So
Yeah.
So I just got to wait. Hopefully, it will turn up. But I mean, there are some series that I'm been waiting to get still that I've been anticipating.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good cautionary tale as well that I think we should emphasize, because this happens all the time as well. You were talking about people being lazy and wanting things on plate. The other thing as well is they're a little bit entitled, so I think they assume, oh, that's on YouTube or wherever.
Yeah.
That'll be there forever. No. Grab that fucking thing.
Grab it now.
Or it goes away. And
yeah.
And you have to, it's like fucking medical field hospital triage, right, at a certain point, because if you were to grab everything out there, you would actually never have a chance to watch it, because you'd just be downloading shit all the time. So you kind of have to figure out, okay, what's valuable, what's least likely to be around in a week's time.
Well, whatever's there, I'll get it straight away.
Yeah. If you could, But like I said, if you want to grab everything, then you'd be doing nothing other than grabbing, and you'd be an old man stooped over with a beard, and you don't actually have time to watch anything yet. So you have to balance it, right, a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But there's stuff that I didn't know was there that I've missed. I thought, oh, no, I didn't know it was there.
There's always one that gets away, though.
Gets away, yeah.
It's the stuff that keeps you up at night, and and you do have to be careful that you don't
big time.
Really, and you remember things like, spending time with my wife and children, and
I know. There was a few series that never. There's one I was looking for years. I did get it a few years ago. There was God of War.
Okay,
it's Chang Yi's in that. That's a really good series of Chang Yi.
That's an ATV one.
I was ATV, I was looking for so many years for that. I saw a trailer and it never left me. I thought, this looks so good, and it appeared. I was looking for that every year, doing my searches, and one day it appeared.
That's cool.
It's just a panic.
So you just got to keep putting stuff into search engines.
Just to look.
Yeah.
And if you
sorry.
No, go on.
Yeah, there's a series. Crystal Fliss, the main villain, Double Phoenix. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, you put some clips up of him.
Yeah, because obviously it's Chu Titwell was his name, but we call him Double Phoenix.
Yes, because I remember asking you who's this Double Phoenix fella, because I didn't know the moniker.
That's him, So, but he's done a series in 1977 where he's the lead. I think it's called. I can't remember the title, but he's got like a long staff in it, like a long pole. And that's one of the rarest ones. He's the lead actor in that.
Yeah, you said enough. You said enough 5 minutes ago.
And that's 77. That's 1977. That one. That's one I'm really looking for.
Cool.
And also, there's one that we discovered just recently. We saw pictures of it. Me and Toby. Wayne Tao played. I think he played Fukyun Gap.
Oh, really?
With Chang Yi.
Oh.
Right. I'll show you the pictures of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Again, you mentioned Toby. Fascinating that even Mr. Knowledge himself, you're discovering things like, never heard of that. That's scary. That between the two.
Not even Toby knew about the Happy Heroes.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
We both didn't know it.
Wow, that's terrifying.
So bringing this, because I think we're probably kind of getting towards a point where
I think otherwise it's going to be longer than
podcast.
God. This is going to be longer than a TV series. We're going to have to split.
I know. So Rodney, if you could give someone who wants to get into TV 3 tips, right? 3 tips or 3 search criteria, 3 things to tap into the search engine, what would you say? What would you give them?
To find the stuff.
Yeah, or to either to find the stuff or to sort of just calm them down on how intimidated they are.
I would say the starting point is basically it goes to Wikipedia and then just do the top 10 series from the 70s or 80s and 90s.
Yeah, yeah,
right? And that's a good start. And then you
ATV, TVB,
TVB.
Yeah.
Start with those first.
Yeah,
Start with those first, and they will show the most popular series, and they're probably easiest to get. They're probably the easiest ones to get, but I mean,
Right.
I think is when you do the Chinese stuff, that's when you get a bit deeper.
Yeah,
you're not searching
like we said,
English.
You can segue that way into the Chinese language stuff, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But if you do the top 10 70s and 80s, it's all there in English and it's got the Chinese title next to it. That's in Wikipedia.
Cool. And that'll keep you busy for a while because they're all
for a while.
Yeah.
Because they are good series that they're listed on there. I think they're the most famous ones that are on there.
Right.
TVB.
Yeah. I think that's the things people need to forget sometimes when in your chase for the rare, because that's its own. But people forget sometimes. Hang on, cool your boots. There's all this actually really good stuff you haven't seen yet. Just because it's not rare, check it out. It's fucking good.
I've had people asking me for rare stuff, and well, you haven't seen the other stuff. I mean, you've got Adam Chang, Heaven Sword, Dragon Saber. That was a big series he did in '78.
It's a bit lopsided. I wonder. I mistrust those people because I understand people who go after rares because it's not so much they run out of stuff, but it's you can't help it. It's like you're mad for it. It's like you can't help it, but you're also watching the other stuff as well. But
we've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah,
we've all been there.
I'm a little suspicious of the people who go straight for that because you're thinking, you're kind of missing the point, right? You're not just going after it just because it's rare. You're going after it because you want you have a taste for it and you running down everything.
Because the thing is, I could post a clip and someone will go, "That's a rare clip," but I could just tell and say, "No, it's on YouTube." But you just got to go and look for it. It's not actually that rare.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is on. You got ATV and TVB channels on YouTube now. They weren't there 3 years ago.
Yeah, but that's the question. So that's my question is, what is out there and what's easy to find,
There's
to get you into
most TVBs are on YouTube now.
Yeah. Well, that's the answer to that question.
But majority of TVB, there's a lot of ATV on there now as well. A lot of the best ones are on there now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still many that
you could even find it with subs as well.
Got subs. Well, I'm not sure about the TVB ones are on sub.
Well, I'm not going to say necessarily on YouTube, but if you have access to some very naughty sites, which you shouldn't be going to, of course.
None of us know anything about that.
No, but you can grab, like you said, some of the bigger things they were put out at some point on DVD with subs or whatever. They're probably to try and track down if you actually wanted the full discs, physical media. But like I said, there's some very naughty people online. I don't know who they are, never heard of them, but they put these things up sometimes, and again, that's a good way in, right? Because like I said, that's some of that stuff's the creme de la creme of just solid good stuff. Yeah,
because I forgot to tell you, I used to go to the TVB shop, wasn't there, in Shaftesbury Avenue? I did get some stuff from there as well. There used to be one down on.
Hang on. There was a TVB shop.
Yeah, there used to be one on the high street further down.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah.
That must have been before I moved to London.
Yeah, and there was another shop as well that had stuff in there. I went downstairs once, and
I remember going in the DVD shops in Chinatown because there's about 2 of them.
There was another one.
There was one on the side, and there was one on the main drag. Yeah, I remember.
But it's weird. They actually had one. They actually had a shop in Pearly Way, 5 Ways. They're like a Chinese shop there, and they had TVB stuff in there. That was many years ago.
Cool.
All right, seeing as we're talking shops, I can't resist asking this one before we go, because just seeing as we have him here, Where was that shop, Darren? Around the corner from where we used to live in Wood Green. And I wonder if Rodney knows anything about it. Where?
Arrow Video in Bruce Grove.
Oh, Arrow Video.
Yeah.
Oh, he was talking about a massive video shop.
Yeah, it was in Tottenham, Bruce Grove in Tottenham.
Oh, Arrow.
Yeah. They had all the bootlegs.
It was something we kind of stumbled across back in the day, wasn't it? Because it was like between the bus route from Wood Green, because I used to work in Tottenham very, very briefly. And there was this shop.
No.
And it was basically just someone renting out. They had a huge collection, didn't they, of tapes, and most of them,
it was massive.
I don't remember Arrow, but do you remember Star? Do you remember Star Video?
No. Where were they?
Oh, you know what? It's somewhere in South London. I forgot. My memory's getting bad.
I think
that place there was probably one of the first video shops here.
Really?
And this guy, the guy who owned it was a classic. When you joined, you have to have an interview with him. And he actually had a picture of himself behind him. It was guy was a classic, and you can
picture of himself.
And he had loads of kungs in there, bootleg kungs in there. Yeah, he's one of the first video shops ever. He's a video library.
Oh, cool.
It's a shop.
Yeah,
Star Video it was. It's a quite
okay. Yeah, no, we're in the 90s now, late 90s.
Yeah, that was 90s. That was a classic shop, and you could same deal, £7 for 7 days.
They were the days, and I used to have one of those double-decker. I managed to get hold of one of those double-decker VHS recorders.
Yeah.
And that thing was working overtime.
Yeah.
The whole time I had it.
Right.
Days, man. But,
yeah.
Right.
But, obviously, said the stuff you wanted. Well, I was going to tell you what some of the series to look out for.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I've got my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Princess Cheng Ping, that's with David Chang and Damien Lau.
Cool. Yeah.
That's one of the best.
Oh, total news to me. All this stuff is alien to me.
Yeah, and Max Mock's the villain. Max Mock, Moxie
nice.
Chop.
Yeah.
He's got white hair in it. He's great in it. And Blood Debt is one of the best.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
So that's Cliff Lock, Chanwei Man, Pat Poon.
That's I think, did you also write about that? Because Rodney, for those who don't know, also wrote an interesting article for Eastern Heroes magazine recently as well.
Yes, I think that was last
Blood
year.
Debts Blood Debts was in there, I remember.
Blood Debt was so that's one of the best ATVs, and that's on YouTube as well. And one of my favorites is Master of Shaolin, the TVB series, Austin Wade.
Cool.
And that's La Gai Yong. I think that's based on Executions of Shaolin. I think the same kind of story.
Oh, even better. Pai Ying.
Yeah.
But
what's great? Do you remember that clip I put up? I put Ian Botham versus Pal May. You remember?
Yeah.
Or Kevin Keegan. I can't remember what I put now. That's
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
So they got Pal May just to fight some Western boxer. They just threw him in there.
Yeah.
You know? So that's one of my favourites. And Set King's in that as well. And by royal decree.
Oh, that's a new one.
You put a clip of that up just recently, didn't you?
Yeah. I think the other title for that is 12 gold medallions. 12 gold medallions. Yeah. And that's Lo Mang. Lo Mang only did one ATV series, and that's him and Chang Yi. And that's got Ken Lo, a really young Ken Lo in that one.
Cool. Well, Lo Mang, you had me at Lo Mang on that one.
So Lo Mang.
Anyone listening writing these titles down as well, by the way, beware, because since I've started writing down titles that Rodney's been putting up on YouTube, I have a motherfucker of a long list. So, yeah, just beware.
Yeah, Ychyfus Rabbit Hole Special.
Yeah, so you give me warning.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got crazy title, Water Legend, but the other title is called On the Waterfront.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
I think that's
wasn't there? I don't know if it's the same thing. I think there was. I seem to remember a feature edit of something coming out at some point called Water Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's got a really good cast. That's Bruce Lang, Michelle Yim, Eddie Ko, the Chelsea Kit. Oh, that's a great one. That's one. That's a really good series. That one.
So
Really
yeah,
good fighting in there.
if people are looking for a starting, but they might be able to find. I think there was a feature edit of that with an English dub, and it ended up on one of those like 50 kung fu film DVD pack things in really bad quality. I might have ended up over there. Yeah.
I might have one of them actually. I might never watched it. Yeah, I'll check that out.
There's a few on those.
Sword of Fury, that's a good one.
Sword of Fury.
Yeah, I think that's Pat Poon's in that. That's another good ATV. Kung Fu Kid with Gordon Liu and Lo Mang. That's a TVB one. It's pure man.
Oh yeah, I've seen your clips on that.
Yeah. That's quite a known. I mean, that's on YouTube as well. That's Kung Fu Kid. Green Dragon Conspiracy. That's a good David Chang one.
Cool.
I wasn't.
Yeah, him and Norman.
Yeah,
that's him and Tussie Ken. That's a really good one. Did you see that scene up with the pressure points? You that mad scene doing the pressure point fights. Did you see that?
I didn't clock that. I didn't catch that.
Okay, but that's from that series anyway.
Cool.
Dynasty. That's Bruce Lang and David Chang. That's a really good one. I put that the other day. And you got
sequel as well, right? You put up for Dynasty and
no, but part 2.
Yeah,
part 2's got good fight, but there's not much of it. There's not much in part 2.
Right.
But part 1 has got more fighting. So
cool.
It's got good action, but not enough. Because Leslie Chung's in the second one, doing shapes.
Is it really? What?
Yeah. Check out the clip, Leslie Chung. Yeah, Leslie Chung's doing shapes in there.
No.
Yeah. And he's from ATV as well.
Yeah, I knew he did TV, but I didn't know he was fucking
doing shapes. Yeah, he's done a series with Chen Wei Man called Spirit of the Sword.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He's from there as well. And Undercover Agents, that's a good one.
Cool.
That's got a good cast. Bruce Lang, Kang Yi.
Yeah.
And it's got Newton Lai. And also it's got Bill Tung, Uncle Bill. Yeah, from Police Story.
And yeah.
He's a shapes man as well. He's from ATV. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Yeah.
It's going to get
one of my favorites.
We discover that fucking Dean Sheck did some shapes TV.
Yes, he did TV in the early mid-70s.
There you go.
Yeah, he did for the CTV that didn't last for long, but he done TV. Started from there. I mean, he's in the old Shaw Brothers, isn't he? Doing swordplay.
Yeah. No, he's kicking about. Yeah.
Also, yeah. Because it's comedic, you tend to not maybe rate it, but yeah, of course, what he's doing is,
Yeah, he's bouncing about.
Yeah. Mantis Fish Tiger Claw. He was a good villain in that.
Yeah.
John Chang one. He was good in that. What else? I think he's in The Monk. The Monk as well. Is he in that as well?
Is he?
Remember that one, the film?
Yeah, another Monk.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's in that one.
Maybe he is. I don't know.
Fist and Tiger Claw, is that mental one which turns out to be because a woman was raped by a mantis?
Yeah, that crazy film, mate. Yeah, he's a villain in that.
Yeah,
that film's excellent, mate.
Everything else about that film was so bizarre, I forgot about.
Crazy film. Yeah, you got old Ironhead Rat in there, ain't you? With mad character in that.
And like a hunchback with spikes or something on his back.
Yeah, spikes. Insane.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, John Chang. Yeah, John Chang's the lead in that, isn't he? So.
Yeah, it's been
what else I got here?
See that again.
Legend Continues. That's a great series of Chin Soo Hoi ATV. Yeah, Legend Continues is a great one. Also, we got what's it? King of Drunken Fist 1 and 2.
Right.
That's a good one. Obviously, Legendary Fock, Bruce Lang. Wong Yu San, and obviously the sequel, The Fist.
You are giving you're giving beginners aneurysms at this point with this list.
I think I am. Am I giving away too much?
No. I mean, keep it coming. I'm a glutton for punishment, so.
Yeah. Also, superhero. That's a heavy one. That's
What's that?
Superhero.
Oh yeah.
that's Chen Kun Tai and Bruce Lang. That's
Yeah,
a good
I
series.
remember a clip from that.
And
Yeah,
Tussie
yeah,
Means
yeah,
brother, really good.
yeah,
He plays the villain, Tussie Means brother.
yeah. I like that.
And Tiger Hill Trail.
Say that again. You
And
were
what was the last one?
Tiger Hill Trail.
all right.
That's
Okay.
a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
Bill Tong does excellent fighting in there.
okay.
Yeah, that's Bruce Lang as well. Yeah,
I'm going to say
Bruce Lang's done a lot of it.
I think that popped up when I was doing my cross reference trying to find Happy Heroes, the Tiger Hill Trail.
Yeah,
Is Yehua
Happy Hill Trail.
maybe? I can't remember.
Which
Someone
one?
was Yehua from Happy Heroes in that as well.
I can't. I don't think he's in Tiger Hill Trail. I'm not sure
Someone-
if he's in that one.
Someone who was in Happy Heroes with Bruce Lang was in it because that was one of the first ones I went, haha, and then I checked it out, but it wasn't.
I think that one of the villains is in it.
Maybe
Do you know? Do you remember Superpower? No, not sorry. Yeah, Superpower, the Billy Chong one.
you meant?
You
Oh
remember,
yes,
Remember when the villain, the main villain, he goes and challenges the three guys.
right,
He beats up the two sons, then he fights the father.
right.
Yeah, so that father there, he's a regular ATV man. I forgot his
Okay.
name. He's in most of the ATVs as well. The father that he beats, the main villain. Yeah. And also, that's Bruce Lang and Jason Piao Piao. That's
What
really
was the title?
You were off mic
Dragon
again then.
Strikes.
Tiger
Sorry,
Strikes.
Dragon Strikes.
Dragon Strikes.
Dragon Strikes.
Yeah, that's Piao Piao, Jason Piao Piao. Jason's done a lot of TV, Jason.
Yeah,
Many. And he was doing TVs in the mid-70s.
yeah. Well, that's where he comes from, isn't it? It's like he just comes out of nowhere in the mid-70s, and then you realise, oh, hang on, he did really good shit in TV.
He's done Bashers,
Yeah,
TV, Shapes, Moderns. He's done it all.
yeah.
Done it all, yeah. And The Hawk with Adam Chang. That's a good one. Him and
Hawk.
Dong Wei.
Okay, cool.
Dong Wei. He does a 3-sectional staff in that, yeah. And another Adam Chang one, Fate Takes the Hand.
Okay, new to me. Yeah.
That's TVB. That's a really good series. And Simon Yam is the villain.
Oh, now you're talking.
Simon Yam's done TVB.
Well, I knew he did TV, but is he doing Shapes?
He's doing Shapes.
Ah,
He does a drunken fight with Adam Chang.
Fucking hell, really?
I'll post that for you tomorrow, mate.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So what year is that? When is that?
I think
Like
that might be
85 or 86 or
85
something?
or 86, yeah.
Fucking hell.
And the action was done by Tussie Ming on that one as well.
Yeah, we need to see some drunken Simon Yam.
Yeah, it's just great. Him and Adam do a drunken fight. But he does really good shape. No, Simon Yam has done good TVB fights.
I just don't. You don't associate him with ships at all or food at all.
You should see Tony Long in TV.
Yeah.
Forget Grandmasters, mate. He's doing better fighting in New Heaven Sword Dragon Saber.
Yeah. But Simon Yam he's like, detective or psychopath bloke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys, they're from TVB school, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah.
What else we got here? Obviously, Reincarnated, which is the Bastard Swordsman TV.
Oh yeah.
That's
Reincarnated. Is that the title? Reincarnated.
That's the proper title. Reincarnated.
Oh, okay.
It's actually Bastard Swordsman TV.
There was a sequel series to Reincarnated as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah. I think might be related to that. I think maybe, but they've done a newer version in the 90s, but I didn't really watch it.
Okay.
ATVs in '93, and it wasn't really. Yeah.
Because there was something that came up again when I was doing the Bruce Lang search. Something popped up, and I can't remember what it was called, but in the write-up, there was a brief bit of blurb in English, and it mentioned it being the follow-up to Reincarnated.
Yeah, there's also a Taiwan version of Bastard Swordsman.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
And Norman plays the same character. Norman's in that as well.
Cool.
Yeah, but there's a Taiwan version. There's a lot of Taiwan versions of Hong Kong, the Hong Kong ones as well. So,
that's just extra layers of rabbit hole.
Should I stop? Should I stop or should I keep going?
No, go for it. No, keep going.
Yeah. Chola Hong, that's a famous Adam Chang one. I might be saying it wrong.
What's it called?
I'll spell it for you. CHORLAU Hong.
Oh, okay.
Chola Hong. Yes, famous. Yeah,
Chola
that's,
Home. Okay.
that's Adam Chang. Really, and the Abbott White, the character Abbott White.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's that character there is in this.
Ah, now you're talking.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's that one there.
Oh, you're off mic again,
Oh,
Rodney.
sorry. Can you
That's
hear me
right.
now? Sorry, mate. What we got here then? We got Did I say God of War?
God of War, you mentioned.
What's it
Did I say
called?
that?
Yeah,
Did I
yeah.
mention it? Yeah.
Yeah, we got that one.
You got that one, yeah? And you got God of Saber. That's Damien Lau.
God of
TV.
Saber. No, I haven't got that one.
That's a really good one.
Cool.
And you got Heroes Without Tears.
Who's that?
I guess who's in that?
Go on.
Sex Machine. Carter.
Ah,
He's not done a lot of telly, has he?
He's only done about four or five.
Yeah.
He's done one. I think he's done one. Yeah, one for TVB.
Yeah.
I think he's done 3 or 4 others for Taiwan.
Okay.
Not many. He's done.
Yeah,
He's done a Flying Guillotine one.
What? Wait, right, stop everything.
Yeah, he's done a.
we
TV,
need to see Carter do Flying Guillotine.
Yeah, Flying
on
Guillotine.
telly.
He's done the TV movie of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's done the Hong Kwan as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, actually, he'd make a good Hung Kwan, actually.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And what else we got here? Well, there's some Gordon Liu ones, Taiwan.
Oh yeah. Taiwan Gordon Liu. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got Silo Sword. That's a really good Taiwan. And you've got Shannon Disciples, and the Venoms are in that one.
What?
Yeah, Venoms and Gordon Liu.
Yeah, we need to find that.
Well, do a search on that because I posted that. If you search that, you've got to find it. I've done clips of that already.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What's it called? Shaolin Disciples.
Shannon Disciples, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then obviously the Condor Heroes. So I've edited 3 of them, so I've got 3 parts of that. And obviously the Return of Condor Heroes.
Yeah.
Andy Lau and Beardy. Oh, it's too much, mate.
It's like it's endless, isn't it? It's like you just gave us 60 days.
Yeah, okay. I'll do the last one. I'll finish.
No, give us the highlights.
I'll finish off in Main Fei.
Yeah.
All right. So Main Fei did one TVB, Rise of Kung Fu Master. Yeah.
What's it called?
Rise of Kung Fu Master.
Rise of Kung Fu Master. Okay.
Yeah. He actually fights a fencer in that one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a really good series. He only done one TVB though.
Okay.
And then obviously the Taiwan stuff, Big Flag Hero, one of my favorites. Taiwan.
Yeah, I've seen you post stuff on that.
Yeah, and he did a Condor Heroes as well. And he done one called Spiritual Mountain Magic Arrow. What a title!
Interested? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'll stop now, mate.
No, that's cool. I mean, it's like the amount of stuff you've given us. It's like it's endless. It's like a sea of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that
and
was.
I even told you about the Good China stuff that I got like later on.
That was about 30 titles. So let's say on average, 20 episodes per. So quit your job, leave your family, and hole up somewhere, and you might get through them all. And then when you're done with that, I'm sure Rodney's got another 30 at least.
We are the TV hermit Kung Fu masters.
I mean, what is crazy? I've actually edited all of that already.
Wow.
That's mad. That is mad.
It's all done, mate.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time for my cat.
That's a lot of work.
I think one day I actually sat back and thought, I've done a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, Rodney, you've done good work, man.
Oh,
you've done good work.
You can understand if I lost all that. You can understand if I walked into the sea, couldn't you?
I cannot imagine
If
that
if
pain
that happened,
of-
mate, you can
Yeah,
understand
yeah, yeah.
why I would have done that, right?
For sure, yeah.
Oh,
You
I
But
mean,
no
go-
one wants you to do that
You
no.
can't go back to that.
because
You
because you're our best resource for kung fu TV.
Yes, and yeah,
You know?
thank you, Rodney, for coming on and
it was great.
giving us-
I enjoyed that. I think we should
giving
do it
us-
again one sometime.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely welcome back
Hell yeah.
anytime. And
Always welcome.
And don't forget, if you want to thank Rodney for the generosity of spirit that he's shown us tonight, and you've enjoyed this, you can go on his YouTube and wind him up by asking him what the title of something that he.
No, it's Facebook. Is it?
That's right.
It's literally
Yeah, it's
every
Facebook.
day. Every day.
Yeah, whenever you see one of Rodney's Instagram or Facebook or any other post, what you could ask is what film is that?
Yeah. He loves that. He can't get enough.
But the thing is, but if you think about it, I do bring it on myself, don't I? Because I do try and show obscure stuff. So I'm going to get that response, aren't I?
Nah,
So
you're not. It is very clear that you are the TV shapes man. So
Yeah, well, basically, next time, just in case, just before you're thinking of asking Rodney what's that then, just have a little look around the screen and see if you see any words. Try reading them, and
in
then
capital letters with
yes,
commas.
with exclamation marks. Yeah.
Can I maybe I can make them flash as well. In big red letters or white colours. That might be a new function.
Look into that. Yeah,
Some
if this
sort
is a
of,
TV show.
Some sort of interactive braille, maybe for blind.
Yeah, but I have to maintain the standard, mate. Because if I put up a clip of a fight from Fist of Legend, then you'd be concerned for me.
Yeah. If I see
you'd be wondering what's going on there.
Yeah, if I see you putting up one of those clips that you see of some American TV show or something of a bully gets what he deserves.
Well,
do you know the clips I'm talking about?
Fight from Texas Ranger or
That's
something.
it. Yeah.
Or you just
totally
run out of material, change tack, and we've got Blakey's best bits from on the buses. Clearly, you're on a different track.
Right.
Can you imagine Blakey on TV? You'd have been excellent.
I'd be like Dean Sheck in Warriors 2, wouldn't it?
No, Blakey on a Taiwan bus would have been the best.
Ghostly bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sid James and Jackie should have happened. I'm sorry.
I'd have loved that.
Carry on howling. Right.
Carry on forward. Would have been the best.
Yeah.
We shall bring this to a close.
Okay. You know what? I enjoyed that. Thank you for having me on.
That's great.
Not as much as we did. That was a legendary chat. That was great. That's people would be foolish not to listen to this. I think that's so much information. Thank you so much.
Rodney, thank you very much for coming on. We're really, really sorry we didn't have more on the buses. Carry on and Frankie Howard humour.
There's always time for Blake. There's always time for that though.
Yeah, we'll bring it next time.
That's okay. Next time.
We had a good laugh anyway.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, brilliant. Loved it.
All right, fantastic. Yeah. Until next time, then. Cheerio.
Party, all right! We've got outside world at all.
It's such a fight. We got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews.
TV news shows what it's like out there.
It's a scare.
You can go out if you want.
We wouldn't care. We got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't want to know. We're dedicated to our favorite shows.
Back and beyond.
MTV.
I wouldn't be without my TV for a day.
Or even a minute.
Don't even bother to use my brain anymore.
There's nothing left in it. We got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews.
Hey, wait a minute. My TV still doesn't work.